God created Garrett and Steve. And God saw that it was good.
Hello. 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 Come on. Do you need this today? Oh, I think we're on.
Yeah.
Hello. All right. There's an echo now. It's back. Okay.
Woo.
I think we're back.
Wow. And we have a guest on today, so that was a good showing for them.
Luckily, it seems like they were here the whole time and were able to just watch us completely fucking fall apart there. It's literally like we have the old TriCaster back and it just crashed in the middle of you talking.
Never had this problem before. Just all of a sudden.
Edie, are you okay? Don't worry. Edie already left the room before we even started the show because Garrett took an old cherished Grimace from McDonald's glass and smashed it against my counter into a million pieces. And Edie took off because it scared her. So Edie's not here.
How easy is it, do you think, to get a Grimace glass on eBay?
Probably easy, honestly. It's probably not that big a deal. I'm gonna hopefully Caitlin's ears have been blood turned off.
Oh, you didn't tell her?
No.
I thought maybe you told her.
She's relaxing and going to bed.
She heard it.
Oh no, she probably was sleeping the whole time.
Oh, okay.
She fell asleep at 7:45 and didn't hear the glass smashing, and me and you both going, "Oh fuck."
I mean, I'm a self-admitted spiller and knocker over. I don't know. I just don't concentrate enough when I'm doing things. I just go automatically, and I went to grab the glass and it just tipped, and quickly just fell right after I filled it up full of water.
Yep, that was an added bonus. Yeah.
But
Thank you for fucking me.
Sorry.
That's 100% on me. You're my guest. She filled up a cherished, I'm sure, novelty glass from McDonald's. I know usually when a guest does something shitty, you go, don't worry about it. It's fine. It's not fine. Picked a bad day to do that.
I know. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you.
Murdy in the doghouse. It's just, I'm buried now. Now I'm buried under the doghouse. The key's been thrown away.
I'll try to get a new one, and then we'll replace it without her knowing. Kind of like a sitcom.
Right, she's totally sleeping. She didn't hear any of this. I'm thinking, I don't say shit, and I'll buy a new one. I don't even care. Get a new Grimace glass. Hopefully, it looks the same. I got to peel that one out of the trash and figure out exactly what's on it.
It was Grimace going like this on one side and this on the other side.
By the way, Grimace like this was fully intact, which was pretty funny. The only part of the glass that stayed together was Grimace just like, having a good day? Maybe your fucking faggot podcast will cut out in the middle of you talking. Fuck you, Steve. No, it's honestly fine. It's a fucking glass, but...
No. Maybe we could glue it back together and she'll never know.
Sure. Like a sitcom. We'll glue it back together. The fucking 500 tiny pieces of glass will all fit perfectly back together. You just put it in the cabinet, never touch. I got plenty of Scotch tape, actually. It's clear. It'll look fine.
Yeah, we'll get it on the inside and outside. Perfect.
So can everyone hear us? Is the show on? By the way, poor chat, get a ricotta container from Gino.
I should have. Wouldn't have broke.
And turns out it wasn't our TriCaster. The YouTube crashed.
Oh.
Not our fault.
Huh.
It seemed like not our fault because we were just talking and not touching anything.
Yeah.
And it just went,
oops. Something went wrong.
yes, something went wrong. Thanks.
Thanks.
Very reassuring and pleasant way to be told your fucking computer just ate a bag of shit.
So quickly, I went to go to Chinatown to get some snacks for us to try. Looked at the map on my phone. It said, take the train, blah, 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 blah. I realized as I'm on the train that gets into Manhattan, wait, this isn't the train that goes to it. On the map, it like at one stop, it switched a train on me and I didn't notice it. And now I'm in the bottom of Manhattan and there's no trains to get like across town or up. Like it's either you go up the west side or you had to start in Brooklyn to go on the east side. So I get out and then I have like a 35-minute walk to the dumpling place. And I'm like, oh God.
Perfect.
But I left early and I'm like, all right, I still got time. By the time I got to the dumpling place, I was like dripping in sweat, get some dumplings. And I'm like, I don't even have time to go shopping in Chinatown now. I was like, and I got late to the train because there's not even a train by the dumpling. I thought there would be a train that went to the ferry from there, but it was on the east side and there's nothing on the east side that goes to the ferry.
New Yorker problems.
So but that's nothing compared to me breaking the glass.
No, nothing.
Yeah.
You really ruined my night infinitely.
Sorry.
No, it's totally fine. Who gets a glass? Speaking of pieces of glass, should we bring our guests on?
Let's do it.
You know them from the now more popular than ever compoundmedia.com featuring Gavin McGinnis. Great guys. They didn't come to the studio much and hang out with us, but
I don't think ever.
Definitely not with me. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But maybe I think with Anthony's show, but not us.
They were definitely on Anthony's show. Yeah.
Yeah.
But two guys that were set up the best for the firing from Compound.
Exactly my point. Come hell or high water, you can find 21 Gun Podcast.
What's up, Frank?
What's happening? As you said that, Frank's microphone just busts off the arm.
Perfect. Everything is going great. This is
Shattered.
a nonstop perfect podcast.
Your glass shattered like our hopes and dreams on.
There we go. I just can't not. I just have to not touch it.
Yeah, there you go.
So what are you guys up to since we departed Compound?
Well, we're not on Compound. We're not on Censored. We were going to go over there. We thought about it. But I spoke to a few people and I don't know. We just thought it was best to kind of just go out on our own and see what happened is when we got our shot to go over there. I got lazy and I ignored our entire public audience, our page. I just made content for Compound, and I know it was a mistake because I knew that day was coming.
And we're back.
Oh wait, you were gone?
No.
Oh, okay.
Garrett smashed another glass. I'm gonna get kicked out of the house.
Oh
He's
God.
breaking all the glassware.
Yeah, so we're over here just doing our thing. We record we go live.
Yeah, go live every Wednesday.
Yep.
Nice. Now, how long have you guys had that studio there?
We built it about a month before we got fired.
Oh, where were you doing your show from before then?
Right here. So I used to, this back wall, it was just, it was kind of like you have set up there. I just had sound panels and then Frank had like his own little section and I liked it better. Actually, I was at a desk. I kind of liked the flow better, but what ended up happening is we went down to Landau's studio and I was like, oh, this is what a studio is supposed to look like. So I came back and kind of modeled it after him and then we got fired.
That's a lot of money behind him to model it after.
It's not quite
money.
Yeah.
Not quite his setup. Looks are deceiving. It's a lot smaller and and we got a machine gun and stuff and grenades. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
Do you have 14 producers and can you hire 2 more?
Oh yeah, we got a booth over there. No, not at all. Our producer is actually this kid called Gen X Kid or Gen Z Kid.
Gen Z Kid.
He has a channel called Gen X Talks, and it's It's actually a really good channel. It's kind of depressing because he'll put up a short and get 5 million views. And I'm like, look, we got 100.
We talk about that a lot of people we find on the internet or whatever it is that have millions of views.
Usually the internet.
Yeah, it's true. I guess you can't have millions of views not on the internet.
But and when you say we find people, you mean we find Big Justice and his family and how all of their videos have 10 million views. And I want to blow my fucking brains out.
But
it's
even
depressing.
Like the Frankie McDonald thing too, where it's like, really, you get all these views from these weather reports or eating hamburgers?
Yeah, well, and I understand your point. We're just as retarded, and we don't get any kind of attention like that.
Yeah, I was just the other day. I was sitting because you know, like building anything is frustrating. You got to stick with it. You take your bumps, whatever. But I was I don't know, looking for content for our show, and I found this. Look, I'm not a boomer, but I'm not really up to modern stuff. Have you ever heard of Bobby Atloff or at? She did that interview.
Bobby Altoff?
I think that's it, right?
I know that's a person.
Yeah, she did a video with like this rapper woman and said, "You're a musician," and she said, "I'm not a musician." Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That is Bobby Altoff. Yeah. I saw that.
So I went to her show. I went to her page and it was unwatchable. It was like just rambling. Two people just rambling about nonsense. And I'm like, well, actually, that's our show, so we should do well.
I was going to say, she follows the Garrett and Steve model of podcasting.
Yeah. It's almost like the dumber you are, the richer you can be nowadays.
She's a lot hotter than me, though.
She is.
Yeah.
That's what we're finding more and more is that people don't want to see something, you know, good or kind of good or all right. They want to see somebody they hate and just despise, or they want to see someone doing something very poorly.
Maybe not even they hate, but who they feel like they're above.
Far superior to.
Yes. Yeah.
That's the problem, Garrett. Everybody loves you.
That's right. Yeah.
That's true. I've never heard a bad thing about you. In fact, I want to say years ago, how long were you with O&A? Like, when did you start with them?
I was with them for like 3 years, from like 99 to 2002.
Okay.
I joined Anthony in 2014.
Did you have like a nickname? Did they call you something?
Stinky.
Okay. Yeah. So I remember back when I was in college in those years driving nails for a construction company and hearing them talk about you. I don't know how much airtime you got in those days.
Yeah.
So people know you, people like you. And actually, like we said, maybe that's why, that's why it's so hard. You got to piss them off.
But there's Steve here. Everyone hates Steve.
That's the thing. I'm supposed
Everyone's
to be
better than Steve.
I'm supposed to balance out the equation where everybody likes Garrett, so they have someone to look at on the show that they enjoy listening to and makes them happy. And then they see the fat, stinky wop with sweaty armpits, and they go, I'm better than him. Now I feel comfortable.
Well, Steve, you sound like a guy from like 1935. You've got that like old school inflection in your voice. Maybe that's why.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, you really do. Like when I hear you, I'm like, you just get weird. Am I getting weird now?
What you need is
totally.
See, what you need to do is you need to have, like, I always tell everybody, I'm the diversity hire, but I'm also the black up of the show.
DEI.
So I'm here for the color commentary, as it were, for the show. So that's I'm the eye candy. That's what I bring to the table.
And after this, he goes out back and works my fields for me. It's a win-win situation.
Yeah. Symbiotic.
What do you do if he comes to your house and breaks the glass?
You don't want to know.
Well, I mean, with all, being the diversity hire that I am, like all my glass is nothing but mason jars and like old pickle jars anyway. So it's not like it's particularly high end. So,
We're in the South, remember?
Yeah.
Well, since we're talking about diversity hires, Kamala Harris's VP pick. Now he's been charged or accused of stolen valor.
Yeah.
But how serious really is this stolen valor? Is it just more people are jumping on the bandwagon because he lied about something, or because he seemed like he was a very high-ranking guy and he dropped out months before they were getting deployed to Iraq, but he knew they were going to get deployed to Iraq. So what's your guys' opinion?
He's a total piece of shit. And I'll tell you why.
100% piece of shit.
From the veteran community, we talked at length on our show about this. Veterans typically, right? And I guess there are ones that'll talk themselves up, and those are the guys that we're talking about, which Tim Walz would fall in that category. Veterans typically talk down about their service, right? They always talk about the guys they served with. They always say, you know, I wasn't here, I didn't do this, and even the guys who, you know, probably went out and killed Bin Laden always, for the most part, talk or minimize their service. When someone goes out there and starts, you know, stamping their medals on their shoulder and talking about like everything they did, those are the guys you have to watch out for. Not to mention, this guy absolutely. So a bunch has come out, right? He gave out a coin when he was in Congress that showed the wrong rank on there, showed Command Sergeant Major. He absolutely 100%, no doubt, it wasn't a mistake. He knew that he put the wrong rank on there. He was using it to advance his own career, because when he became a Command Sergeant Major, he had to sign a contract that said, number one, you are going to go to Command Sergeant Major school. Number two, I always forget what number two is. It's not as big as, but number three is after you finish the school, you have to serve 2 years. And he knows he didn't do any of that. So when he left, he absolutely misstated what his rank was to advance his own career. And that is 100% stolen valor. And he should be, as far as I'm concerned, because he's been caught and he used it in such a public way, he should be prosecuted for it.
Now, there's going to be somebody, either someone's going to hit you all up or someone's going to be in your chat and they're going to be like, well, he was running for Congress, so he had to leave.
Yeah.
So, you know, it just came up and he just had to leave. You know, it's totally okay. He has a right to retire. No one is saying that he didn't have a good career. He did 24 years in the National Guard. He was a Master Sergeant, which is a high-ranking, non-commissioned officer. No one is saying that's horrible. What we're saying it's horrible is he left his unit high and dry. How do I know that? Every unit before you get deployed, and I'm speaking from experience, I've been deployed several times. Every unit before you deploy, you know at least 8 to 9 months out to a year out that you're going to deploy. You get what's called a frago, a fragmentation order, or a warning order. That lets you know you're about to deploy. He knew he was going to deploy. He accepted the frocking or the position of Command Sergeant Major, knowing he was going to deploy. And then when they said, yeah, you really are going, he was like, deuces, I'm out.
Wow.
And that's why, and he never finished the Command Sergeant Major school, so he got demoted back to Master Sergeant.
And he should have been good on that. He should have been like, I'm a Master Sergeant, E8, great career. I would never fault someone for being an E8. Rarely do people make that in the enlisted world.
Yeah.
Yeah. So E8, I guess that's the Master Sergeant term.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then E9, is that the top, or is there an E10?
No, you have E8, which is Master Sergeant or First Sergeant, and then you have E9, which is Sergeant Major or Command Sergeant Major. The only other rank that's above a Command Sergeant Major is you have the Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps, the Sergeant Major of the Army, and
Chief Master Sergeant of the Air
Master
Force.
Sergeant of the Air Force, and the Chief Petty Officer, I think, of the Navy or something like that. And those are because they're over all the enlisted ranks in those respective services. And there's only one above that, and that's from the Marine Corps, where they can actually, but it's still E9, but they actually get a job. I think it's at the Pentagon. They're like an advisor to like the Pentagon or something like that. I forget what it's called. That's about it.
So, like, politics aside, this is like really a serious charge, or is it kind of, it's not like, yes, it's a serious charge, but we're pumping it up because we hate Kamala Harris or whatever, you know?
This guy should have, and I guess he was called out when he was a governor, and I think when
Senator,
he was a congressman.
Yeah.
I don't know why it didn't go anywhere. It's as big a deal in the veteran community as anything else. I mean, he lied about his service. He lied about his service. Yeah, if he had done something, and he does this, you can listen to a lot of his speeches where he says kind of half-truths, like, when I was in Afghanistan, and he knows that when he says that, people are going to assume that when he was a soldier and he was in Afghanistan, but he was never a soldier in Afghanistan. So he's a politician, and he's playing with that, and it's disrespectful. It's disgusting. And there's honestly, if let's just say it was here at the American Legion, we found out some dude was doing that for whatever reason, I don't know, to become the county commissioner, no one would drink a beer with him. They would be like, "Oh, this guy's a piece of garbage."
It's almost like being blackballed or ostracized because
you don't get like military revenge on him, like in Full Metal Jacket.
What we do is we
beat him with soap.
Yeah, we beat him with soap.
the bamboo shoots under the nails is the rough one.
But most guys like that would actually enjoy it. They would ask you to do it and then call you daddy.
Oh yeah, pretty much.
Throw a grenade in his truck when he's not in it.
We've got grenades right here. Not real FBI. Those are dummies. Allegedly.
It's the thing is like we care about it because we know what a total dick move is.
They're called a Blue Falcon.
Yeah.
Explain what a Blue Falcon
Blue Falcon is Blue Falcon buddy fucker. So it's like, because what he did, again, that's a very specific position that he took. And he trained with his unit to go there, and then he took off and left. So now there's a void. So now somebody completely different has to step in and fill that void, and that's a deficiency because this guy doesn't know the troops. He doesn't know the flow. You build up to it. That'd be like tomorrow, you guys are getting ready to do another show, and Garrett's like, "I'm out," and then you just get some guy named Aaron off the street to try to fill in for him.
Or he breaks your grimace glass.
It breaks another glass, yeah. So
for when Garrett either breaks another glass or just decides, "Hey Steve, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm gonna get some other guy named Garrett and I'm putting him in your seat."
Don't even have him named Garrett. Just tell him your name's Garrett.
I'm gonna have Edie, my dog, sitting in that chair. I'm gonna put glasses on her and we're like, "So what's going on, Garrett? Did you pay for the bus today?"
Wow. Okay. So this is a serious. Now, you said before he should have been prosecuted. Can you be prosecuted for stolen valor?
Yeah. It's a federal law, right?
It's a federal offense. I mean, people don't take it as serious because they don't view it as serious, but you're advancing. There's a monetary gain and there's a gain to your personal assets. So he knows that what he did propped him up because it sounds lofty. Because nobody knows, like, no one's going to be like, "Oh yeah, well, he's a retired master sergeant." No one really knows what that is. But you've seen enough movies to know what a sergeant major is.
Yeah.
So he's saying, "Oh, I was retired command sergeant major," and then he had the other lie. What was he saying? I was
one lie where he was saying
the most senior enlisted person to serve in Congress when he wasn't.
Yeah, there was another Navy guy.
That was, and then also like the guns I shot in Iraq or something like that, the firearms I used.
Exactly. So he preyed on people's being naive and not knowing what it is, and he got elected. Now, are we saying that that's directly what got him elected? Probably not.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know if it's prosecutable because of that. Like if he went and got something like I don't know, you know how they have like horse rides for veterans or something. And I mean, that's a little worse. Like if someone's absolutely lying about their career, they have a fake DD-214. That's the form you get when you get out. Those guys are actually going to be the ones that are prosecuted. But someone at his level, no one's ever going to prosecute him. But
it's tough to prove that that's how or why he got elected.
But it should disqualify him. I mean, this guy's going to have the nuke codes. If he gets elected and something happens to Harris, he's the most powerful man in the world. And he lies to his teeth.
He's got a problem with the truth.
Yeah. No, he
Isn't it shocking, by the way? I guess maybe not, but she picked just a regular old white guy to be her VP.
Yeah.
Well, she's married to a regular white guy, so she's got a type.
He's the governor of Minnesota.
Yeah.
The George Floyd state that like let everything go crazy. So she, he's like the top pick in her eyes.
Yeah,
he's
but
the
that
one
doesn't
that let it go
matter.
crazy.
Like she got picked just because of what she looked like. So why not follow the tradition of picking a VP who looks the part and nothing else matters?
Well, he's gay, so I think that's what.
Is he?
Oh, is he?
No, but you've seen the way he flits around stage. You know how they are.
I was like, oh.
Don't ask, don't tell.
And he came out of the box telling that couch joke about JD Vance. Did you see that?
It's childish. I don't know what he was doing with that.
Someone made up a fake page from JD Vance's book called Hillbilly Elegy or something like that, where it said that he would fuck his couch cushions. And then now they're just using that out on their campaign trail saying like JD Vance is weird. And he was like, I don't want to sit on a couch with him.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, because they know that there's not going to be any consequences for it. So they'll say whatever it is they want to say.
How long is Biden? Even yesterday, Biden tweeted out the find people on both sides thing.
Yeah.
Just yesterday, like, do you want to vote for the find people on both sides? And it's like, it gets community noted and everything every time he posted, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah. No one cares. I think there's enough, at least I hope that there's enough people who remember what life was like when, you know, our dollar went a lot further, when the black community had more jobs, when life was just better. And
I need another black job.
You do. Yeah, that's right. What are black jobs? We have one in the studio. Let's ask.
I need another black job, man. I don't know.
Professional break dancing.
Right.
And
I mean, at least I have a shot at the Olympics, but
Not anymore. They already
they
they
took it
on
away.
that shit.
They did no more breakdancing?
Yeah, for 2028, they were like, yeah, we're not doing that.
Oh.
The Olympic
was stupid.
committee they shut it down.
Ah.
Yeah.
And I think
it's in
they
LA.
shut it down before that Australian lady even made a mockery of it. Like they already were like, yeah, we're not doing this for the next
again.
Olympics.
We made a
This
mistake.
this is gay.
Uh-huh.
And then the Ray Gun goes and fucking dances like I do. And it really, that was the final nail in the coffin. They're like, yeah, no fucking way are we bringing this shit back.
This is perfect. I want to ask you guys. You guys are very patriotic and everything. Do you guys watch the Olympics at all?
Are you patriotic and everything?
I am. I mean, I spent 17 and a half years getting blown up, so I better be some form of patriotic. I actually didn't watch much of it this year, only because I was annoyed by it. Like, because everything was going wrong, and like all the controversy behind it, it just got annoying as all get out. So I didn't really watch much of it. So the one part I did watch was Brittany Griner, not Brian, Brittany Griner was crying during the national anthem, and then she put out a statement, was like, "Oh, my country came and got me, so I love this anthem." It's like, yeah, you freaking better.
Wow, this is
I
perfect.
have to say,
better love
nobody, like the women's soccer team, the women's basketball team, the men's basketball team, there was no kneeling. There was no fucking turning away for the national
when
anthem.
They won, they grabbed the flag and held it up.
It was, I have to say, all the bullshit about the Olympics was on Twitter. And it was all because of the opening ceremony with all the demonic imagery and the fucking blowjobs between men and grannies on stage, which agreed. It was like, that wasn't fun to watch, but.
I mean, it was no different than Compound Studio on any given day. So
that's the thing. It was, for me, that's like, oh, look, they're playing in hot water at the Olympics.
Oh, look, a guy's balls is hanging out. Yeah, I've seen that.
It was every day for a long time.
I remember growing up, like, especially, I don't know how old I was, but the Dream Team, I was probably in middle school. And like the Olympics were something huge. Every night we'd watch. You knew who the athletes were, especially the Winter Olympics. I don't know why I remember that one more than the others, but
Well, you're white. So.
yeah. Oh, there you go. Yeah. It's like, there's ice, I'm involved. But no, everyone knew like the stories behind the athletes, and it was a lot bigger. And then I don't know if because it's so fragmented now, you can watch it anywhere at any time, that it just doesn't feel like it used to.
You're right. Yeah, 100%. I used to like die hard for the Olympics, and now when it's on, it's like, oh, I'll check it out, kind of thing, but not watch it. But
he's fucking lying. This goob was crying.
That's what I wanted to ask you guys. When people win a gold medal, do you ever like tear up a little?
He cried
No,
like
it's
10
not my
times
freaking
watching the
medal.
Olympics.
It's not my medal. I don't give it. I'm not crying for it. I'm not, no.
Like, just the joy in their faces, and like you see their parents or something, they're so happy that doesn't get to you. God damn it.
No, I don't. Are you in your 40s? How old are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
46.
There you go. We're the same age. When you get to a certain, now Frank here's about 83,
I
so
hate you right now.
he's a vampire. Actually, we don't know how old he is. We did find a picture of him in the Civil War. So, but in the no, oh yeah, when you hit your 40s and you're a dude, I don't know if you have kids or anything either, but the randomest things, like you'll watch a commercial or something and you start tearing up. You're like,
Okay, good.
But not the Olympics. It didn't do that to me. No, like a freaking pillow commercial will do it, but
I know.
not people winning a medal.
No, I got a darker sense. No pun intended. I have a darker sense of humor. Like I watch for like the possibility of someone failing. I'll watch figure skating, knowing that eventually someone's going to bust their ass on that ice. You know, like, and I live for the day that the Jamaican bobsled team comes back because I got to see that train wreck again. I got to.
So you like it when someone spent 4 to 8 years of their life,
Their
training for
whole
something
life.
and fuck it up.
Oh, man.
in
And
one
it's like,
minute.
and there you are in last place. Like, imagine if you're like the last guy on like the marathon. You trained for years for the marathon. You even won the local marathons. Like, you're the man in like Bangladesh somewhere. And there you are in the Olympics and you're dead last. And like, people are lapping you.
Yeah.
You're just like,
should
do
have
you
watched
stop?
this year's Olympics? You would have loved it.
Do you
was,
stop? Like,
the
I would stop.
men's U.S. Relay team, the thing with the baton, and like 4 guys have to pass the baton to each other. Before the race, they had this whole thing where like, for the past 20 years in a row, the U.S. men's team has fucked this event up miserably and gotten disqualified every time because they drop the baton, they run off at the wrong spot,
line up in the wrong place. Yeah,
they do something wrong every year, and every year they fuck it up. Well, lo and behold, 2024 was no different, and they got fucking disqualified again, and fucking did not place.
Because I know during the mixed 4x400, where it's 2 guys, 2 girls, they alternate. The second girl, like everyone's lined up staggered, the waiting for the baton, and she's like way in front of the first person. And seconds before she had to get the baton, she realized it, like ran back to her starting spot and almost got disqualified.
That's what
again.
happened with the dudes.
But it's
the
like,
guy took off too early, and the guy behind him was like, "Yo, fucking wait! I'm not even close."
You have
He ran
one
the
job.
One job. And it's not like they don't rehearse this.
I know.
yeah, that's the thing. It's like you do this your whole life. You don't know where to line up. Oh, yes.
Apparently, the men's team doesn't like practice it enough, and it shows because every year they fuck it up and they get disqualified.
That would have been worth watching.
See,
They
like I
try to
said,
just
I
get the 4 fastest guys and then put them together at the end of the year and say you're the team.
100% what they did, and yeah, they clearly do not practice that event. But there was some lady they were talking up in another race, like, oh, she's the greatest at this event. It was like hurdles, and she looked all happy and like confident before the race. Completely fucks up, comes in like 4th or something, and then they show the American who won, so that was cool. She's like cheering in the stands with her family, and right next to her is the girl they were talking up before the race, crying, bawling her eyes out like this while her parents are trying to console her.
Oh, no.
And it was just like, Netherlands, better luck next year.
Do you know who was crying? Was that Italian chick who got smashed in the face? She took 2 hits and gave up
from
the
the
fight
dude?
from the dude. Yeah.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
the not dude, but not dude.
I felt,
that's such a murky one because
It really
I
is.
thought at first that it was, a lady with a cock. But it turns out it was like a hermaphrodite situation where
I think so. Yeah.
it is a she. She was born with a vagina, but XY chromosomes. That's like the male pattern,
Yeah.
and so she's kind of got both things going on, just like inert testes that never descended or something.
Really?
Up in the, or not even. I don't know. I just know there's like she was born with a vagina. So all like she's trans. It's like kinda, but not exactly.
But
But
their own category.
But the
own Olympics, which is her and the other one.
the questionable. All right, so she had questionable genes, and an actual dude were the 2 that were fighting for the gold. So there was an advantage. She obviously had an advantage because she was just crushing women.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
But,
apparently the chick took like 2 shots and was like, nope.
Yeah.
I've never been hit like this before.
Nah. It's like, no, I'm having flashback to dad.
Didn't she end up fighting another dude at the end for the final? Or was that not
No, it was. It was 2 dudes. It was
the Moroccan dudess fought a Thailand or a Taiwanese dude.
dudettes?
No, but this was I think because I didn't look into the Thai guy. I think that might have actually been a top swinging woman. But the one who won the championship,
destroy your search history,
had a physical vagina, so it wasn't as big a. But it's still,
it still should disqualify you
from international boxing that wasn't the Olympics because she had XY chromosomes. Failed the gender test is what they called it. But
they swept that under the rug really quick. They was like, well, they failed this
Yes.
test a couple of years ago, and they were like, no, she didn't. It's like, yeah, it's right here.
Well, they asked some big shot over at the International Committee or the Olympic Committee, and he said there's no definitive way to tell if someone's a male or a female. I kid you not. That's
yes,
an
there
exact
is.
quote. Yeah.
I promise you, there's a way to
look.
tell.
a couple easy ways. But what if they've had the surgery?
Then it's
And
going to
they-
be a
they-
really.
Oh, it's still very easy to tell.
It's very easy to tell.
Yeah, they just have.
I've been in the
this-
military long enough to tell you that there's a very easy way to tell.
All you have to
I-
do is get one guy to fart in front of them. And if they're like, oh, that's disgusting. All right, you're a girl.
And if he, she laughs
Yes,
and
yeah.
and does the cup,
High-five them.
you know,
Jeez.
Yeah. If they, laugh during farts and have, giant biceps and shoulders.
well,
Could
that
be
that
a-
disqualifies most of us in this room. we could compete with the women, I guess.
But yeah, I just think it's funny that the gender test consists of like blood tests and all this battery of things that aren't just like, all right, let me
Yeah.
pull down your pants slightly. Yep, that's a top. You're a guy. That's a
Here,
penis.
wear this Speedo. Okay. Now we know. Well, they do it. They do it all the time. They say that doctors assign gender at birth. And it's like, no, it's not
Yeah.
assigned. You can tell. It's pretty easy. I actually work in medicine in the real world when I'm not pretending to be a podcaster. And I can tell you biologically, you can tell the difference pretty easily. That's coming from a
It's not difficult.
When you
licensed
say you
medical
work
provider.
in medicine, do you mean you can prescribe Percocet?
We'll talk after the show.
Have
Just
you no-
kidding, medical board. That was a joke.
Have you noticed the DEI, for lack of a better word,
Careful with that glass, Garrett.
creeping into the medical field too? Or
Luckily, I'm isolated.
Okay.
Yeah. So no, I guess to a point, but we do have to do what's called continuing medical education. And there's a lot of stuff in there. Like I literally sat through a board sponsored lecture on how to teach an adolescent boy how to tuck. And I was
Oh
like,
my
nope,
God.
nope, I'm out. I actually walked out of the lecture area because it's just,
Nice.
no, there's no way that's healthy. That's
Oh,
just
so you
not
don't
a
know how? I was hoping you could explain it.
Yeah, it's actually more complicated than you think. They actually tell the kids to take their nuts and push them up into their inguinal canal. I kid
Yeah.
you not. Yeah, and then I don't know what they do. I didn't pay attention. I was like, I'm not going to be a
There's like
part of
this
this.
whole like Velcro strap thing that you like. Yeah, you get your nuts up there and then
Yeah.
strap it up and keep it tight. Yeah. But I just saw a video today where I think it was England. Now they're going to ask all patients aged 12 to 55 if they're pregnant before they do any sort of like CT scan or and some sort of procedure.
I could.
So,
So even like a 12-year-old boy has to
Oh.
go in and get a CT scan. They have to ask him, "Are you pregnant?"
See, that's just nonsense. I mean, what you're
Yeah.
doing is you're living a lie. You're like to placate to the minority. You're basically living a delusion, and it
to
just
make
makes no
people
sense.
that are never going to be satisfied fake happy for 2 seconds about something that doesn't mean anything.
Until they
Yeah.
find something else wrong with what you
Until they
did.
find it's all like it never ends.
Yeah.
You're doing a pelvic exam on a guy that thinks he's a woman, and you're like, well, there appears to be two masses located here in this. I mean, what do you do?
Like, I'm a woman. I'm Mrs. Johnson. Oh, Mrs. Johnson, you have testicular cancer.
Yeah.
Does it
Do
hurt
with
when I
that
do
what you
this?
will.
I think there's something wrong with your vagina. This shouldn't hurt.
You've got ball cancer, ma'am. Sorry.
Put those
Yeah.
on my chin, ma'am.
Well, I have on the email I sent the platoon video. We could play for them because it was kind of in the same vein as this. It's new Army recruits.
Oh boy.
Oh, Jesus.
Ugh.
How,
Yeah.
They're trying to
gathering
piss me off.
together.
They're trying to piss me off.
Can you guess what type of people these recruits are going to be?
I'm guessing either really, really fruit booty-ish or fat bodies. Or a
Maybe a little
conglomerate
bit
of the
both.
two.
Let's have a look. See.
Oh boy.
What do we got here? All right, only 14 seconds, so
Yeah.
this can't be that bad. What?
Yeah, yes, it can.
Who
Yes,
are you? Who are we? We are that platoon. No. You guys are like this. Who are you? Who are we? We are that platoon.
Who are you? Who are we? We are that platoon.
That wasn't real, right? That
Oh,
Oh,
was
that was real.
I don't
that was
know.
Babylon B.
No, that's real because that's their drill sergeant right there with the blue and yellow vest right there. That's real.
Oh.
It's 100% real.
We're so doomed.
Yeah, we're screwed.
We could at this point.
We're screwed.
At this point, Luxembourg could land on our
Yeah, we're
beaches,
done.
and we're done.
We're done.
Hey, as long
So
as
bad.
those broads can fly some drones, I think we'll be fine. We
yeah,
just
you're
gotta
right.
really start making a lot of drones.
But I heard recruitment for the Army is up. I'm not sure why.
I have no idea. Well,
Oh,
because
okay.
they're treating it like it's. Here's the thing: what the military used to do is they used to go to sports teams, high school athletes. They looked for boys. I mean, women can join. That's fine. I've served with a lot of good women, but the truth is the majority are men. And they recruited them because they wanted to do something that was difficult and set them apart from their classmates, their neighbors, and it was something to be proud of. But now they're turning it into a place of self-discovery. My two moms, you've seen that video, I'm sure. And it's like it's now akin to going to a 4-year liberal arts college where you discovered yourself rather than self-sacrifice. What these people don't understand is that give a situation, and luckily this hasn't happened, but it could, where you're on a beach and your men are pinned down and your job, or you're ordered to go run up and take out a pillbox and probably die in the process. You want someone that understands the whole concept of combat and that will self-sacrifice. They'll put service above self and actually run into gunfire. They're training these people to think about themselves, right?
Yeah.
I'm important. I'm special. It's that platoon, whatever they just said. And it doesn't work. It destroys unit cohesion and it's going to lose wars.
Yep.
Now, Steve was in ROTC. What is a pillbox?
Well, I was in Air Force ROTC, so a pillbox was something we kept in our pockets that had a cyanide pill and a Vicodin. Take the
Nice.
Vicodin first, then the cyanide, and you hop on the plane.
Yeah, my thought was that there's like so few jobs out there. People are applying to the Army just to have a job.
Yeah, that could be it.
It could be it could be that, but at the same time, like so I did 17 and a half years. I did pretty much half and half. I did Marine Corps and then I did Army. And I got out because it got ridiculous. Like one of the last things where I knew it was my time was up was like it got to the point to where I couldn't even counsel any of my soldiers. But like if I had to talk to one of my soldiers, I had to have a witness with me. So the soldier I was talking to didn't catch feelings and then charge me and say that I was being abusive verbally.
Isn't that the whole point of the Army, is to be verbally abusive to get the results you want?
Yeah, I thought.
Yeah, I mean and it's like I just knew. And then when there was we got a PowerPoint that came in from command, or came from group, which is like the high potentate muckety mucks or whatever. It came down and was like, hey, Staff Sergeant Easton, you're going to teach this course. Oh, okay. So I go to my computer and I download it and I look at it and it's like, I'm not teaching this course. It was a course on how to be more open to inclusion for like people with the different pronouns and this. And I was like, I'm not teaching this.
Yeah, Navy had a thing. Remember
Like,
we
I'm not
watched it on
doing
our
this.
show. It was
Like,
all
I'm not
about
doing this. And then my first sergeant was like, no, you're going to teach it. I was like, Top, look at this. Look at it. He looked at it. He was like, yeah, I don't want to teach it either. He goes, well, how about we teach it together? I was like, I'm not teaching this course. I'm not doing it. I refuse. And that was just the beginning of the end. I was like, it's just getting stupid. Like, it was just like course after course of like, we have to be mindful of people in there. Like, no, I don't.
Wow.
Well,
I
this sounds actually good for me because, like you said, I was in my high school ROTC. I kind of failed out of it because I was fat and lazy. So it seems like the military might not have been for me. But now what you're saying is it sounds like the military is just the place for me currently.
It's just the place for you.
It's
Would
the-
I
it's where
make
it's
it if I
going.
was fat and lazy in the current army?
Look, they have a whole program now where you can do like a 10-week course or pre-course before you go to boot camp. It's basically a fat camp. It's literally a fat camp where they take and they just like work out every day for like 10 weeks to get them in shape to go to boot
that
camp,
doesn't sound
which
good.
is supposed to get them in shape anyway. So you get in shape to go to the place that's supposed to get you in shape. So then, yeah. So
I think I would. Yeah, they would call me too fat for boot camp, so I'd need the pre-course.
And haven't they like reduced whatever goals you have to meet in basic training too?
Constantly.
every month there's like a different thing. It's like, oh well, that's okay.
And they're constantly pushing. They're pushing to show how diverse they can be. They did a I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Rangers. There's a Ranger battalion, which is different, but to get a Ranger tab, you have to go through something called Ranger School. They decided that they want a female to complete the Ranger course. And so, of course, I don't know how many, a dozen of them went through, and I don't know how many got it, 5 or 6. And then it was a year later that the instructors came out and they said, yeah, we lowered the standards. We rolled them back. We gave them extra time. We gave them extra training. And it's like that's just not what this is for. If you ever get the chance, if you're ever bored, look up Air Force CCT or PJ pool training. It's supposed to be the CCTs and the PJs are the highest attrition rate out of any special forces unit out of all branches. That's something that we get to brag about. But they literally drown these guys. They put them in the pool and they want to look for the person that to pin on PJ, which means to actually become one, is more important than surviving in a pool. So these guys are swimming to the point where they black out and they have to be dragged out of the water and given mouth to mouth, and then they throw them back in. Those are the
I saw
people
a
that
news story a couple of years ago of 2 guys that were practicing that because they wanted to be Rangers. Like they were friends and they were both enlisting, and they both passed out underwater. And
They were practicing at the same time.
well, one of them was supposed to be saving the other one, but he also passed out.
Oh my
so
God.
then they fucking died.
Ugh. Well,
was,
I mean, that's the whole point. You weed out the.
I was gonna say. I mean, it seems like they weren't good enough.
Didn't make it. Sorry, but yeah, you're destroying that with all this, and it's a shame. And I don't know if we have to lose another war. How many are we at now since Vietnam? Yeah, we've lost a couple.
Right?
All of them.
Yeah,
All of them.
yeah, and
It
that's
doesn't
always
seem
fun
like
as
we
a
go
veteran.
to war to win, though. It seems like we go to war to spend money and keep our war economy going. It seems like
that's
it
what
doesn't
wars
matter.
do.
Like Afghanistan didn't seem like they gave a shit about winning the war. They just wanted to occupy the
How
space.
could you even win, really?
No,
Hearts and
wars. They wanted wars. Wars generate money. That's all. That's what a war. Like wars, it's a money grinding machine. It generates economy. It generates money. So that's why they love conflict. Like, oh, let's go over here and start some trouble because they know it's going to generate money. And then I don't know. It's stupid.
And notice none of the wars are so World War II, they hit the shores of Normandy and Sicily, and they pushed the Germans back until they destroyed them all. They went into the South Pacific, same thing, jumped from island to island, pushing the Japanese back till they won the war. And then in Vietnam, they're like, let's just stick troops out in these little forward operating bases, let them get hit by guerrillas and have these firefights, get a lot of people killed, but no front line. There's no defined end to it. And that's what that's what these wars are. I remember I went to Iraq 3 times and I remember always thinking, like, what are we doing? Like, where's the enemy? I don't understand what's happening here. And I was an officer in the military in there. And I was like, I'll just fly my plane there. I don't know what we're doing.
As someone who drove around in both Iraq and Afghanistan, we didn't know either.
Yeah.
So it was, yeah.
I mean,
my job was kind of crazy anyway in and of itself. So
he wants to tell you that he was a bomb technician.
Yeah, we read up a little bit on that. You were Mr. Explosion at one point in your life.
pretty much, yeah.
Actually, he might not tell you this because he's a little humble about it.
Don't.
But the movie The Hurt
my
Locker
God.
is a documentary about his life.
It is not.
Jeremy Renner, he wasn't the right race for the role. I get it, but he's basically Jeremy Renner.
Holy shit, you're Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Just so you know, If you ever want to piss off an EOD tech, say what he just said.
We do it all the time on the show. We'll bring up
Just
clips of it,
this
and we're like, "Here's a training video," and then Frank doesn't know, and then there's Jeremy Renner pulling a bomb by a wire.
So Frank, what, you just love that movie so much?
Loves it.
Yeah, freaking yeah, it's awesome.
Loves it. In fact, when they go to training, it's the first thing they watch. They watch it, and they actually like, today we're going to do this part. Yeah.
Oh, so was it
It's
an
like the-
inaccurate depiction of life as a
Gloriously inaccurate. Like it's, I mean, I get it. It's Hollywood. You have to make it dramatic, but they could have got at least something right.
You
It's
guys have a
bad.
recommendation for something you've watched, either a show or movie, that gets it right?
Generation Kill.
Generation Kill, 100%
Oh,
Generation
I
Kill.
saw that show.
Okay.
Generation
I
Kill.
liked it.
That forward base that they're at, that I was on that base, not when they were filming, obviously, but I was. It's about the base that I was on, and that was the initial push into Iraq. Like I was there when they took down Saffron Hill. It was like, so when it came out, I was like, hey, I was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, Generation Kill. There's a documentary called Restrepo, which does a good job. I'm trying to think. There was, I think,
Medal of Honor.
the Medal of Honor series, but
Yeah,
that's
Medal-
kind of,
Yeah, but it doesn't get any more real than telling you what actually happened.
yeah, that's true. That's on Netflix.
But yeah, Restrepo is, and they actually have actual footage from Restrepo of like things that actually happened there. Yeah, Generation Kill they nailed it. Absolutely nailed it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to rewatch it. I remember that was a good show.
Yeah, it was really good.
What was the Band of Brothers is obviously like one of the greatest like war thing. Like just
Yeah.
We just can't relate to it. I would never relate to it.
I couldn't relate to it because it's just like the things they had to do, the things they did, blows my mind.
Yeah.
Blows my mind. I'm like, would I be able to do that? I don't think I'd be able to do that.
Yeah.
And then when Jimmy Fallon pops up in the middle
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah, that takes it away.
Yeah.
Isn't fucking Ross from Friends one of the guys
Yeah.
too? That really takes me out of it.
Yeah.
Guys,
He's
come
the
on, we're
most-
gonna go to war, guys.
Oh my
Come
God,
on.
he is the most hated guy too.
He does a good job, though.
Yeah, he does an
plays-
excellent job of being
Yeah.
an asshole officer.
Mhm.
It's an excellent job.
Yeah. He
Rachel,
just-
I gotta go to war. I hate him with a passion. He takes, as soon as he pops up, I'm like, oh, fuck this show. What's he doing in the military? I don't buy this for a second. That's as easy to believe as me in the military.
David Schwimmer. Yeah, it's not a military name. I don't know what it is. What was it? Oh,
Sorry, I brought up Ross from Friends. I really took
Yeah, we're
it.
all just thinking
What is
about
it?
Friends
As a
now.
reset yourself. No, I mean, you got. It's weird to ask a military guy like, "Hey, tell me a story from over there," but it's all I want to ask, and I just don't know the proper way to get it
Well,
out.
because most of the stories you want to tell are the ones that, perfect example. We were flying. I was flying with a former Marine. He was my flight engineer, and we were going into, I believe it was Mosul. I can't remember. The scary thing is like, I feel like Iraq just happened, and now it's like they were interviewing the guy that served in place of Walls, and he's like 73 years old. I'm like, holy crap, we're getting old. Like, because if you were like some 50-year-old high enlisted guy in 2004, you're 70 now, right? That's crazy to think about. But anyways, so we're flying in, and the engineer, as we do something called a combat landing, or
you don't have to tell Steve.
I already know. Yeah,
oh, he was already there. I got it.
yeah. I already. We
So
did
there
a lot
we
of
were.
combat landings in high school.
So we all have our night vision goggles on, our body armor. We're ready to go. The pilot pulls back the throttle. And basically what we do is we glide in because we don't want our engines hot, because then a surface to air missile can get you. So we start heading in, and the engineer says, stop the approach, which usually means that something's on fire, because that's the biggest threat over there, is you're going to hit a helicopter or your plane just starts catching on fire, because we're flying 50-year-old airplanes. And so the pilot, calls off the approach, and I look back from my seat, and the engineer is frantically pulling off his gear, pulling off his helmet. He's not even on headsets. No one can talk to him. And he starts taking off his flight suit. And this smell comes wafting over the flight deck. Have I ever told you the story? So he then, makes a beeline towards the rear of the airplane where we have Marines packed in knees to knees. You've been on the back of a C-130? Yeah, it's very packed, very, very not a comfortable aircraft. Everything is like green lights because we don't want lights or anything, so you can barely see. Well, he had diarrhea, which is very common over there. You just catch it all the time. And so he ended up shitting all the way down the steps and then trying to make it in the back of the plane. We have something called a honey bucket, right? Again, this isn't fancy. It's a 5-gallon bucket that you poop in.
Oh,
and for some reason,
before you said that,
for some reason, he decided he's going to try to make it there. And as he's doing it, he's doing those like little farts where it's just squirting out, and he's pooping all the way across all the soldiers who are sitting in the back of the airplane, and then got finally to the honey bucket and sat there and remember the Dumb and Dumber scene where he holds on and just empties out his insides. And we told the tower, we're like, we have a flight emergency. And they're like, what's the nature of your emergency? And
Code
I'm like,
brown.
I go, number 2. And then they go, say again, your number 2 engine is on fire. And I'm like, no, it's just number 2.
Now, was he in a flight suit, like a one piece?
Yeah. In those days, they actually have 2-piece now, or 2-piece flight suits now. But yeah, no, he had to take, if you think about it, you're all geared up and you have to take everything off, unzip. And we've all been in that situation. For some reason, your butthole knows the closer you get to a toilet, it starts to kind of let go. And I don't know, he just got at that DEFCON 0 and couldn't stop it.
Now, why can't they build a little bathroom on the plane?
yes,
Exactly.
a plane made for combat.
You can have one little 4x4 space for a bathroom.
There's so many questions like that, and you ask yourself over the years, why can't they just do this, or why can't they do? But no, they don't.
Yeah,
we were
tactical
flying.
Toilet in the middle of a plane would actually be a pretty nice addition.
We were flying into Baghdad in aircraft that were used in Vietnam, which was kind of cool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we were finding I was in one plane and the maintainer had put a log about the history of the aircraft. And I looked back and it was actually, it took a mortar in one of its engines in Khe Sanh, the Battle of Khe Sanh. So we went back and looked, and we could find the rivet holes where they repaired the AAA fire in it.
Are they making new planes now? Or
They are now. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I don't know what it is about like military and like things that happen that revolve around shit. Because as soon as you started telling that, I remember we had this kid that we couldn't stand him, and I hope he's not watching. But his name was, he's a friend of mine now, but like back then I couldn't stand, I hated his guts. His name was Meeks, Shane Meeks.
Oh, you're calling them out.
Oh, hell yeah. But he was oh man, we all hated him. So we used to always have to take the doxycycline pills, which is like, we call them blueberries.
Mm-hmm.
But then like with the MREs you eat, it jams you up. So we had like stool softeners, but somebody had it messed up. So we had actual straight up laxatives.
Oh no.
Which is not a good thing to have in a desert with like no bathrooms around. So this kid, Meeks, like he would always come around, he's from Florida, and he'd always ask you for a cigarette, but his thing, he used Florida slang. So he'd be like, let me get a grit, let me get a grit. That was just like slang for a cigarette. Little short, little white dude. And he'd come around and like anytime I pulled out a cigarette when I used to smoke, he'd be like, oh, E, let me get a grit, let me get a grit. I'm like, no. So finally, like I was like, oh, my cigs are over there, by my Humvee. So when he went that way, I went the other way, found his doxycycline, took out 2 of his pills, cracked them open, and took out some of the laxative that I had and like put it in the doxycycline and put it back. And then I told everybody, I was like, we don't know when Meeks is going to take these pills, but we'll know when Meeks takes these pills. So there we are. And it's like 30 in the morning. And all you hear is, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And he's like running by. And I like poked my head out of my tent. And there's Meeks, like one leg, he's not even, it's like you got one leg in his pants. And like all this is just like bare assed on the other side. And he's got his E-tool and he's hauling ass for like the edge of the, like where we're like camped out at. Mm-hmm. I've never seen a grown man dig a hole so damn fast in my life. But he was just like, and just like dropped trout and like oh my God, it was bad. I felt bad for like a nanosecond, then I laughed my ass to sleep. So Meeks, if you're watching, it was me.
See, this is if they
Chemical
want to make a war movie, this is what they should focus on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the poop stories.
All the pranks and poop stories. Yeah.
The shits of war. I'm surprised he even bothered digging a hole. Like, if I'm
Yeah.
about to diarrhea shit my
Yeah.
brains out, I
Well,
don't
we
think I'd
had-
have
well-
the wherewithal to dig a little hole first.
Because
I
we
was
had a
like, this is
real,
gonna happen
we had a
here.
real strict ass Gunny Gatewood, who, like, if he would have known that somebody would shit within the perimeter, he would have made your life hell for the rest of the time you were there. So yeah, you
I
dug
have
a
a
hole.
feeling this Cunny would have not liked me so much. I have diarrhea a lot.
Just a nervous tummy.
I'm always pooping soft stools. I think Cunny would fucking have me running laps till I fucking died.
If you think you're out in the desert, I could shit anywhere.
Yeah,
Right?
this-
It's like a
Hey, they do.
Turn into dust in 5 minutes.
You would think so. You would think so.
The locals do.
Hell, we had a lieutenant yell at me, and I yelled back. I got in trouble for it, but he yelled at me because I took the sandbags out of the back of my Humvee, cut them open, and threw them out in the desert. He was mad because he was like, "Why are you putting this sand out there?" I'm like, "It's the fucking desert. I'm just putting it back."
You tell me where I put it.
Yeah.
I'll pick it back up.
I once fell into a porta potty that was hit by a mortar. I know I've told you this story. It was pitch black. I won't get into the long story because now we're just telling shit stories for the rest of the night. But
Please do.
they had a sniper in the area, so there was no lights on, absolutely no lights. We couldn't use flashlights, and I had to use the bathroom. And I asked one of the soldiers, I'm like, "Hey, where's the closest shitter?" And he pointed, and I could kind of see the outline of it. So I went out there and opened up the door, had my flight suit off, and sat back and just went down into that blue water. Just like a turtle stuck. My legs were up.
no.
It was terrible. It was one of the worst things that happened to me my entire life. I got out, I walked back to the airplane carrying my gear and my flight suit and just my underwear, and that's how I flew for the rest of the night.
Was your ass stained blue?
I got a rash. I got a terrible rash from head to toe.
How did it smell in there?
It's one of, see, if I go to a therapist to talk about my time in Iraq, I'm usually recounting that story and how to get it out of my brain. Yeah.
Was it a heavily used porta
Oh
john?
yeah, they all are. You know, when
yeah,
you see
yeah.
that pile, it kind of looks like, remember
It's
that
like-
magic sand as a kid? It would pile up. Yeah.
Think of the worst music festival in the middle of August that you can think of. That's what those were.
It broke my fall. I
there's-
probably would have hurt myself.
And no one's coming anytime soon
Yeah.
to clean any of it.
No, I used to hose. Now I remember I went to the ops center and I was hosing myself off, but
By the way, I bet
damage
that
is
was
done.
what you were thinking. Like, oh, what luck. I landed in something soft. That could have hurt. It's my lucky day.
good thing no one was constipated. It would have felt like a ball of rocks that I fell into.
Now, I have a friend that's not hardcore prepper guy, but he has stuff just in case. He has a lot of ammo.
Sure.
He has a lot of MREs.
Mhm.
And he offered to give them to Steve and I so we could do like MRE Mondays or something to try. Do you guys have any advice or ones to avoid? Or because you were saying before, you eat them and it stuffs you up.
It sounds like what I should be eating all the time, based on the getting stuck up part of it.
If you do like a food review one, like whatever, like there's no like, well, yeah, there's ones that like people tell you chili mac is the best MRE. Some people say like the spaghetti one's the best one. Like there are some.
Isn't there a turkey a la king
Yeah,
or
and
something like that?
it's like weird to say now, but like there are some MREs that wasn't that bad. Like the beef stew was pretty good, but I mean, it's again you have to look at the fact that was pretty much all you had, and you just had to make do with what you
Now,
had.
was
You
that-
get pretty inventive with MREs too.
Was that your meal every day, or once you got to a base, they set up a
Oh yeah,
station?
Oh yeah, those are your meals.
KBR. What was the other ones? They were making millions.
Oh yeah. Well, when you get to a base, yeah, you got like hell. The last base I went to in Bagram had a Fridays.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, they had a Fridays, and there were
Jack
Hooters
Daniel's burger.
representatives there trying to get a Hooters at Bagrams.
Oh my gosh.
I'll never forget it. So, but when you're not near like one of those places and you're just out and about, yeah, you would get crates upon crates upon crates of MREs, and that was it.
Have
That's
you
all
guys
you had.
ever seen the I forget his name now, but there's a guy on YouTube that eats
Yes.
old MREs.
Yep.
It's like
I've-
Robbie 1984 or whatever his
yeah.
birth year.
I've been
And
trying to
he'll,
get
like,
him on the show. Yeah.
This is one from World War II, and he opens it up and he's like, I tried to eat it. He eats it, and then he was doing this for like 2 or 3, 4 years,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden he just disappeared.
Oh,
And
I wonder
people
why.
were like, "Oh God, did he eat the wrong thing?"
Safe to assume, yeah.
And then
Yeah,
2
like a really
or
old
3
K
years later,
ration.
he just came back again and had a new MRE video, and it was just same old, same old.
You
He
need to
ate-
explain his absence.
Nope.
He ate a piece of hardtack from the Civil War.
Oh my god.
Yes, that's
Yep.
right.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
150-year-old piece of bread.
He must have had a doctor tell him, like, listen, bud, you got to take a break with all this old food shit. Your
Like the
body
guy
is
from Man
falling
versus
apart.
Food. Like I need you
Yeah,
to
yeah.
stop, bro.
Yeah, he ended up stopping, didn't he? There's a guy named LA Beast. I'm trying to remember what his channel's called. I think it's called LA Beast. But he's kind of cool. He goes back. He's a Gen X dude. He gets like Ninja Turtle flavored high C from the 80s, and he drinks them. Or yeah, he gets like all that.
Are
Like
saving those.
I know,
Oh,
and they're
serious.
expensive. He'll show how much he paid for it, and yeah, he'll make an entire meal out of like something from 1985, and then
That's pretty
Yeah.
fun.
yeah, he's got a good channel.
Now, if you guys do this, you need to have him. You need to have him give him like what he considered to be the best MRE and the worst MRE, and do like a taste comparison.
Yeah, he said he was going to try to find the worst ones to give to us, but I guess he's tried them before, so he might know. But yeah, I don't even.
Yeah,
and
I
they
know the omelet.
expire after
The
a
omelet
certain
one
amount of
is pretty horrible, and if they still make it, if you can still find it, they used to have like a Frankfurter one, a hot dog one. They called it the 4 Fingers of Death. It
Oh,
was like the worst MRE you could ever get. So
got to get that
horrible.
one.
The spaghetti one sounds horrible. I can't imagine how you just have cooked spaghetti.
You'd be surprised.
What's the matter with
They're
the
pretty
spaghetti?
good. They're pretty
Huh.
good. Like you heat them up, they're not that bad. Put a
I
little
just
salt,
feel like it
Tabasco
would-
in it.
Absorb whatever the sauce and just fall apart as it's sitting in there, but I guess not.
No, it's a nice
It's a-
Aretta sauce. So you put it right on the ragu. You take a pot right in the middle of the desert. You do a little pie. You do a little boil of water. You put a spaghetti sauce.
He cuts the what is that? The garlic
garlic
so
real-
thin it
so
melts.
Melts
Forget
in the
about
pan.
it.
Karen, I needed that garlic. Are there any dessert MREs? Because after having a nice hearty bowl of spaghetti and meatballs, I sure am gonna want some ice cream or something.
Well, they have a dairy drink or shake in some of them. Some of them have brownies.
Yeah.
There's a lemon poppy seed pound cake, and the urban myth is that the poppy seeds will make you pop hot for cocaine, which it never did. Yeah, they have Pop Tarts. There's some Skittles in some
boy.
of them. Yeah, there's
M&Ms.
I've been eating MREs my
M&Ms.
whole life. It turns out.
Charms.
Pop-Tarts and Skittles.
Yeah.
Yeah, charms, and people will tell you like, "Oh, never eat the charms because it's going to rain," and it's like, and you don't want to believe the rumor, but then you're like out in the field and someone eats charms and then it rains, and so then that guy gets his ass beat for the rest of the 10 days that you're out in the field.
That was the most
You guys
surprising thing.
Believe in certain voodoo.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of superstition in the military that a lot of people don't know about. A lot of superstition.
Yeah.
Is the pilot shitting himself on a plane mean you're gonna have a good mission?
It's good luck. You have to put it on like war paint, and it means you're going to be good to go.
Jeez.
Now, are you wearing flip flops?
Yeah, we just did a show, and my feet were sweaty.
I was wondering how Frank felt about that.
Yeah, I actually have a rule, and it's don't wear flip flops outside of the house. And technically, I'm not outside of a house.
yeah.
So yeah, no, I am. And I
You're in
figured,
the
look at
Gino
that.
Bisconti school of showing off feet on the podcast.
Let me
That's
do the.
Gino's favorite thing to do.
There we go. I'll do the hippie version.
Yeah, now you're
barefoot.
seeing full Gino.
Yeah, full Viscont.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for coming on.
I wanted
Yeah, I
to
appreciate it.
introduce our dogs, but my dog took off ever since
Yeah.
you broke that glass, Garrett.
Sorry.
My dog's been sitting here
It
for.
looks like his dog wants to play or go out or something.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
been
at least
3
it's
hours. We did
the
our
dog
show at
park.
6, and then
Yeah.
we haven't moved. But yeah, good times, guys.
Yeah, everyone go follow them, 21gun.net. They're on Twitter, 21gun. They stream on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube.
everywhere.
Check them out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you guys for coming on. Do you want to promote anything else other than what Garrett said?
Not much, but I do feel a little tired right now, Frank.
boy.
It's after a long trip and a long night. And so what I like to do is I like to have myself a cup of 22 Sierra coffee. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, 22 Sierra coffee. Proceeds from every bag sold goes to help veterans
Like
with
Tim Walls.
yeah, just like Tim Waller, technically. But if you put in
Like me from ROTC.
if you put, it doesn't have Skittles or M&Ms in it, but if you put in promo code 21gun, just 21gun at 22sierracoffee.com, you get 15% off, and it helps out the show and helps out veterans.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
What was that site again?
22sierracoffee.com.
Remember, it's 21 gun, 22
Yeah.
Sierra,
Isn't that awesome how I did that?
23 Skidoo.
Hasn't
Not confusing at all.
My website is 212/AB/93 dot.
I'm just looking to make sure there's no super chats for you before we let you go. Some people complaining about us
The
fucking
technical
up the
issues.
beginning. Will L, Iron Sheik, #1 forever. Blessings. You guys see the Iron Sheik while you're out there?
No, can't say that I have.
Here we go. From Dat Pixon. Here's hoping the 21G boys land on their feet and build a nice audience. They had the most underrated show on Compound.
Whoa, is that good or bad?
Appreciate
The
it.
most underrated. So that means all the underrated shows were below us.
There you go. Yeah.
See, that's how you got to look at it.
I think he's saying people need to give you guys a shot and subscribe to your stuff because
Yes,
it's fucking
Absolutely.
Please. Yes,
entertaining.
please. Yeah,
Yeah.
more than welcome. More than welcome.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Dat, and thank you guys for coming on. I had a blast,
Yeah.
Thanks for having us, man.
and
Anytime.
we'll definitely try to have you on again soon or go on your show. You know.
Yeah. Hit us
Yeah.
up whenever.
Awesome.
We're
All right.
around.
Thanks, guys.
Take it easy.
Thank you. We'll see you later. All right,
Nice.
21 gun.
That was cool.
I enjoyed myself.
Yeah. I'm trying to.
I know I'm back to being upset about the situation in the kitchen there, but
You didn't feel bad about my mishap getting dumplings and stuff, and then you let me slide on the glass.
I guess, Luby, if you got to bring up why I should feel bad for you, then I guess I'll just forget about the glass and
I'm
feel
looking
terrible.
it up now.
You look at Grimace glass.
Grimace.
Should I Google it? Let me see. What year do you think that was from?
80s.
Yeah, but my wife wasn't alive in the 80s. I don't know how she would have gotten that.
Oh.
Grimace glass.
So what was on our vintage? I mean, that's it, right?
No, that is not. That is ugly.
You
I think I
doing
found it already. Yeah, but the one
Oh,
you smashed.
That is like a weird blue.
Yeah,
It's
the one
not
you're looking
purple.
at. Hold on, the one you're looking at's got like the old alien Grimace, like from the 70s or whatever. I think the one you smashed was like this one right here,
That does look like it.
or was it this set?
Some guy on our Discord has, I think they were plastic, but he has like 150 different Happy Meal glasses from McDonald's. He has a whole collection. That's it. Is there another side? Because at the other side, he's got his hands down, kind of.
I'm trying to see because I'm not sure if that's the
That
same
looks
one.
thick glass.
Yeah, it doesn't look the same. That
No.
one seems off.
Yeah,
Something's different about that one.
Someone painted that themselves.
Yeah, that ain't it. This is the same one. Fuck. Oh, you think that's all we're gonna get? Or what fucking Etsy glasses?
Uh-huh.
Ones that people made themselves? Oh, that's not good. Come on, God. Be on my side for once. Can I just buy a fucking broken glass?
Walking on broken glass.
Everyone I fucking look at looks different. I'm literally gonna have to peel that thing out of the trash and hold it up to the camera. Cause yeah, that ain't it.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it either.
Fuck.
God damn it.
Hold on, let me get that out of the trash.
Oh boy. Careful. It's sharp.
Oh, that is it.
That is?
Yeah. Okay, I don't even need to show it. That's the list.
All right, cool.
100%. That's the one.
But once you click order, it'll just be like out of stock.
Don't say that. You gotta hold out hope. I can't do it from this tab anyway. All right.
All right.
That's a later task. Anyway, back to business. So yeah, I'm sorry you went to the dumpling kingdom in Chinatown and had a bad time.
Well, the food was good, but I like planned it out and it was like, oh, I'll leave early and I'll get some snacks, and then it just went downhill. So sorry. Sorry about the glass.
Everything's coming up Steve House. Don't worry. Speaking of Steve House, did you see that thing that someone sent us about Steve Garrett?
Steve Garrett, yeah.
I think you sent that in the email, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's a radio guy.
And as was mentioned in the post, here, let's show everyone. From Justice for Garrett.
101 The Fox.
Great Twitter follow. They combined Garrett and Steve, made him bald, and gave him a show on Kansas City Rock Station. The future's crazy. And not for nothing, I think if you mushed us together, that would be the fucking unsettling man that pops out.
Yeah, your mustache would leave, but my shoes.
And the combined stress levels of unemployment would make us insta bald, horseshoe even. And I like the black sweater look on us with the gold watch. And weekends 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Steve Garrett.
Wow.
He just
Kansas City's classic rock station.
Could you fucking imagine doing rock radio in this current day and time with how often I say fag?
Oh, I know. But it'd be so easy. Well, now they just go in for 45 minutes and go, here's the Deftones, here's Tool, and then they just cut it into the digital songs and go home.
So you're telling me that from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on weekends, Steve Garrett's not sitting there the whole time taking calls, doing prank calls, prank calls where they are all the people that work for the radio station.
I'm trying to find like him broadcasting, but I don't know. I can't really find anything. He's apparently a car guy. Yeah, he has a podcast in wheel time.
What?
About
damn it. Why didn't we think of that? In wheel time with Steve Garrett?
Yeah.
Is it like Steve's and Garrett's in cars getting coffee? Or is it about the cars?
I just clicked it. It looks like he's sitting in his house with a bunch of people.
In his house? In Wheel Time Car Talk.
That's the one I saw.
Here we go. Let me go to the YouTube page. In Wheel Time.
Another In Wheel Time podcast.
Okay, so it is Corvette expert Steve Garrett.
Yeah.
Oh, so we're a Corvette expert now, are we? Interesting. Entertaining car talk in wheeltime.com. We got to subscribe to this, right? In Wheel Time. Oh, do we want to just watch whatever this nonsense is, or should we just go to the other videos?
Let's see what it's. Even
30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning.
He's got a good radio voice.
Certainly does.
Live on iHeartRadio. God, can I say that on his show? Live on iHeartRadio and the Smoke and Mirrors Network. It's the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Coming up, we talk with Steve Garrett, president of.
He's a guest.
Okay. I was immediately angry because I'm like, none of these guys are Steve Garrett.
Yeah.
Where's the signature mustache, the signature baldness, the signature black sweater, and signature gold watch that we wear every time we are Steve Garrett? Okay, so he's on some other guy's show. Why don't we skip the intros and just get straight to the man himself?
How did I do? Did I do okay?
You did a great job, Don. Thank you very much. It's great to be on your show.
Well, thank you. And I want to be your announcer. Can I be your booth announcer and announce your show or something?
We can always use a fresh voice. That'd be awesome.
Okay, well, anytime.
He has my signature SE Lisp. And yeah, I really want that shirt.
Yeah.
But we need like a dash or like a slash between ours because we're Steve and Garrett. You know, this is our separated form. It's when we mush together. It's when we merge companies that we become Steve Garrett of Corvette Today.
On is very fresh.
Yeah. Anytime you just let me know when you need something and I'll send it your way.
You got it.
At no charge. We'll do a trade. How's
How
that?
does a mid
I love it.
Yeah, I figured you would because
have enough money to buy a Corvette. Or do you think he just likes looking at them?
I think he Googles pictures of Corvettes all day on his shitty cricket phone. And you go, God, I really love that. Why did I decide radio? Or you can get like a 1960 Corvette that is, you know, not been taken care of completely, that you have to rebuild from scratch, basically, for under 10 grand.
Are Corvettes even cool anymore?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like in the 90s and 2000s, it was like no one wanted to drive them. And then they sort of made a comeback, but I don't really see that many anymore.
Nobody wanted to drive. What part of the 90s? What Corvette are we talking about here?
I don't know. I thought like the Corvette got shitty. Maybe I'm thinking of the Mustang I thought it had like the same kind of run like the Mustang.
I mean, I guess, but I know the Mustang definitely had that period where it was just a shitty. It looked like a Ford Taurus.
Yeah.
In the 80s to like the 90s, and then they brought a sporty looking Mustang back. But yeah, no, the 90s Corvette.
Like, isn't it kind of like douchebags drive Corvettes?
Guys with Corvettes never had a reputation for, you know, huge dongs or not being insecure. That's kind of the negative attributes you can throw at someone who wants this car. Or maybe they're just a badass dude with a cool ass car.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I've heard, because I worked at a car dealership, and I heard both opinions on this car. Some guys loved it and thought it was a beautiful muscle machine. Fucking, they wanted one. And other guys were like, "Oh, that thing's a fucking fagmobile. It sucks. It's not even fast. It's a bullshit car." So I just thought it looked cool.
Really?
And I've been such a poor my whole life. It's always been like, you know, that's in a section of cars I'm never gonna fucking have anything to do with. So I never thought too much about it.
Like, if you could buy a car in that price range, not like a Lamborghini or something, like, would you pick the Corvette or would you? It doesn't appeal to me.
I would pick a Shelby Mustang over a Corvette. I think the Mustang's more badass. I don't know about currently. I actually don't even know what the Mustang looks like anymore. I know they have that SUV EV thing that is just a fucking douche. I really don't like that. It's not a. It's not even a Mustang. I don't know why they call it that.
Did they try to get on the Bronco bandwagon? Because like that, they remade the Bronco and everyone was all excited for it, and it looked kind of cool.
Yeah, but they've been making the Mustang continuously for the entire Ford. Well,
but not the SUV.
Like yeah, but I guess they just wanted like a Mustang branded SUV, and but I really don't know who wanted that.
Yeah,
nobody like Mustang's the Mustang. Like, do you want a Corvette SUV? Do you want? Maybe it's because like
Porsche
Lamborghini and Porsche. Well, not even just Porsche, but Lamborghini started making an SUV.
Oh, okay.
But Lamborghinis and Mustangs aren't. No, that doesn't make sense. That don't make no sense. I don't know. I'm not a big car guy. My car broke down and I couldn't fix it. I want to hear from a big car guy, this expert Steve Garrett. Maybe he'll convince us as to why we should like Corvettes.
Maybe.
All of us guys love trains. So first of all, let's do a little background on Steve Garrett. Are you a Kansas Cityan?
I'm a born and raised Kansas Cityan, Don.
Is that what they call it?
A Kansas Cityan. Is that the way you say it? Kansas Cityan?
We're a Kansas Cityan, yes.
Very nice.
They need a new name for their thing, because Kansas Cityan sounds like bullshit, not real English.
Like, sort of like maybe 10 years ago, I realized that Parisian is a person from Paris.
Oh.
I was always like, what is that, some Middle East country or something?
Parisian.
Like, I guess I got it confused with Persian.
Persian, yeah. I was going to say.
And I was like, oh, that makes sense. I'm Kansas Cityan.
I'm Staten Islandian. What are you, Brooklynite? Brooklynite? I've heard that said, but I didn't think that was like a real.
I think so.
I guess there's no other way to describe a Brooklyner. A Brooklynner. You guys deserve the ER.
Yeah. What about a Manhattan person? What is Manhattanite?
Fag. A Bronx is what, a Bronxer?
The Bronxer.
Bronxian. And Queens is just, again, poof.
Houstonian.
Yeah, and matter of fact, so my broadcasting career has all been in.
Yes,
very
like
nice.
you're a Houstonian.
Yes, say it, Kansas Cityan.
We're a Kansas Cityan. Yes,
Very
like
nice.
you're a Houstonian.
Yeah, and matter of fact,
You're
so
a
my
Houstonian?
broadcasting career has all been in Houston. Yours in
Oh,
Kansas
he's
City.
Houstonian.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I have to tell you that I have a very good friend of mine that I went to grade school, middle school, and high school with. Her name is Candace Sneed, and
It's Drunk Jimmy.
Do you know her?
You know this girl I went to middle school, high school. She's a Kansas Cityan. Kansas Cityan? Kansas citizen? I don't know. Do you know her? Fucking Christ.
and she and her husband own Sneed Ford. Is it in Gower? Gower? Is that familiar? Are you familiar with Gower?
I think they
Oh
call
my
this
God,
in
say it
real
again.
time because in real time, this feels like you're getting run over by a bus repeatedly. Like the wheel of a very heavy bus is on your fucking skull while you're listening to this man blather. Oh my God. He's boring Steve Garrett to death. And as he is, look at his face. He's like, what the fuck's this guy asking me? He's asking me like where a Ford dealership is.
The only thing I keep focusing on though is Gavin and Anthony tried to do a Skype show or whatever for years, and it was always they had to pause and weird timing. These guys are just in their house and blah blah blah. Even us on 21 Gun, it was like no pausing or weird conversation timing.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It
well,
always seemed weird to me that couldn't get figured out. 'Cause it's like it's just a Zoom call. Just have the Zoom call.
and it's working perfectly fine
Like,
for them.
They don't even have because you can see the borders on everything. Their like Zoom screen is
Wait, is the top left there? That's them on their podcast. That's not a picture.
no, yeah, they put them on their podcast in one of his picture frames.
Wow. They're pretty fancy, these guys.
No, I
In
think
real
that was
time they did it?
in real time. It seems like it was an accident. They might have just put it up in the left corner,
It
and
just
it happened to
fit.
settle right into a picture frame. But anyway, I now I'm dying to know. Does Steve Garrett know where this Ford dealership is?
Gower, Missouri. Yes, I know where that is.
Okay. Well, apparently today they're having Bigfoot make an appearance out there at
Ooh,
their
wow.
dealership. I know.
Monster
But
truck.
at any rate, back
Interested
to
by that.
you. So, how long have you been in broadcast?
Dear-
Look at this. This is-
But did you, all that preamble to they're having Bigfoot, and Steve Garrett responds, "Wow,
wow.
incredible." You gonna ask me something about a Corvette? I'm Mr. Corvettes. I don't know shit about monster trucks.
Oh,
But
I was thinking I thought they were having some guy dressed up like Bigfoot. No, they have a monster truck car. That makes a lot more sense. I was
Does
like,
it?
Why would they have some guy dressed up like Bigfoot at a car dealership?
People come in and see Bigfoot.
That's true.
They buy a truck. I mean, why would seeing a monster truck make you go, "Oh man, I could use a electronic Mustang."
I could use a car that this thing could crush.
Pretty much.
You gotta once Charlie gets old enough, you gotta get out there and go to the
Go to
monster,
the monster
truck.
truck
Yeah.
My brother bought him a little monster truck for his birthday.
No way.
So he's already at stage 1 of monster
Like
truckery.
electronic thing.
Nah, it's just a big and I swear to God, it might be Bigfoot. Hold on.
I'm gonna hit play.
at any rate, back to you. So, how long have you been in broadcasting?
Don, I've been in broadcasting since 1978. I've been 46 years on the radio in Kansas City. I'm probably the longest tenured jock on the radio in Kansas City, Missouri.
You look 13.
I thought you were going to say you look tenured.
I thought I was going to say you got.
Guys, we have a special announcement. We have a special guest on the show today. It's Bigfoot.
Wow.
There he is. There's Bigfoot. You gonna buy a car now?
They sell you the whole seat, but you're only going to need the edge.
This is gonna be my son or me very soon. See, Steve and Garrett, Bigfoot reference. We have Bigfoot.
Yep.
Steve Garrett, he just goes, "Wow."
Wow.
He acts uninterested, but I'm interested. I can't stop watching this.
I know. He's the longest tenured guy in Kansas City radio history.
No way.
46 years.
He's on the radio station that really rocks.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Got a face for radio.
A great face for radio. I've always been told that, guys.
I feel like I heard that.
You've been in this business for 46 years. You're allowed to say, "Shut up. I've heard that 1,000 times. Move on. Give him nothing." When he says it. God, don't chuckle. I've been told that many times.
You should have given him the exact same response he gave Bigfoot.
Wow.
Wow. Good one. Actually, I happen to think I look quite attractive, especially with the top downs in my Corvette. Vroom, vroom.
The guy said he looked 13 after he said that. He was like, 46 years? Wow, you look 13.
Steve Garrett looks 13.
Yeah. Like, why not say 23? Or
why not say you don't look 100 yet?
13. Good.
Good. More, please.
No, actually, you're a very handsome guy, and we appreciate you very much, especially with that balding head. Because,
You're right.
Hey,
I just threw the picture up in the corner. You can't get rid of that.
Resemble that remark.
Hey.
Conrad's
way to go.
direction, and Jeff's got
He's not bald.
especially with that very handsome guy, and we appreciate you very much, especially with that balding head. Because, well,
hey,
bald head.
I resemble that remark.
Hey.
Conrad's
way to
headed that
go.
direction, and Jeff's got.
He's not bald. He just has an extremely wide part.
Hey,
These guys.
I fucking love that they have him on the big screen while they just banter and they tell their hilarious jokes and quips, and he's just sitting there. My mouth's getting dry.
I heard it was a solar power for her sex machine.
Poor Steve Garrett.
God.
He's like, I didn't work 40 years in Kansas City radio for this.
Grass does not grow on busy streets.
That's right.
That's right.
So, are you on the air live?
Yes, I actually am on the air live. I do Saturday and Sunday middays in Kansas City, which
That's
is
the weekend
10 in the morning
middays?
to 3 in the afternoon. And we are live on
Wait, what did
air
you say?
every 10 in the
10
morning to 3 in the afternoon. And we are live on air every day now. All of our jocks are back in live.
And they all go into the studio to do the show.
They absolutely do. We have one of those old timer program directors that believes in old school type radio, and we are back on the air live. You can,
but that's so much
old school type radio, like riding a Sibian, shoving a wiffle ball bat up a fucking cunt. Old school radio, like blackface and OJ parodies. You think that's what they do down there in Kansas City?
Totally.
100%. You think they have any girls hop into, what was it, a barrel of fucking lube?
Or the lesbian pool?
Do you think any of the
Lesbian
E-Rocks
couch.
down in the only station that really rocks in Kansas City? You think they have them eating, what was it, a jug of fucking mayo?
Yeah.
Or the cinnamon
challenge
that almost killed him?
Yeah, did he eat like peanut butter or something too? Or he had peanut butter rubbed in his hair?
I think he had peanut butter in his hair. That sounds familiar, but I definitely have a vague memory of him, poor E-Rock, being forced to eat an entire jar of mayo and puking it up.
Sounds disgusting.
Anyway, back to the Steve Garrett from the only station that really rocks.
Fun to be in there and with all of your comrades that are there with you, and I miss those days. We had a full staff radio
hollering at the
station.
producer, and
well, not so much hollering at the producer.
Or the
but
engineer.
I would imagine he produces his own show as a job. Well,
I
was
yes.
mainly news talk, so we had a producer,
Oh.
but we didn't belittle them or berate them because they were part of the show, really.
In wheel
That's
time.
right. It's 101 The Fox. It's the #1 radio station in Kansas City. It's classic rock, and it's the #1 classic rock radio station in the United States.
I'm surprised that
Whoa.
they don't have
Wow.
a feed down here because I think we have cumulus stations here in the Houston
Did I
area.
skip
Yeah,
ahead
we
or
do.
just fucking bum
I'm
my
not
head off?
sure, but it's
Let's see if we can talk about
oneofonethefox.net.
I
You
wanna
can
know
listen
why I should get a
worldwide.
Corvette.
Awesome. Well, that's good to
This
know.
stage in my
Well,
life.
so everybody's going, well, so why is this guy on the air with you to talk about radio?
yeah,
Well,
why is
that's
that?
kind of
Well,
like
look at what's on his shirt.
Steve Garrett.
Corvette
Spaghetti
today.
stain.
Corvette.
Spaghetti stain.
Yes, a spaghetti stain. You didn't have spaghetti last night, I'm sure.
I hope not.
Yeah.
Shoot, I didn't look.
Yeah, but no, Steve is also, as I mentioned,
Yeah, spaghetti stain. They're right. Steve Garrett looks like Super Mario.
Oh my God.
He looks like Mario from the shitty live action Mario movie. His name is Steve Garrett, though. That must just be
His
a
radio.
radio name. He must
Yeah.
be like Steve fucking Caniglieri or something.
It's got to be. Super
That-
Mario.
That wop mustache does not lie.
I think, president of the Corvette Club of Kansas City. And
Yes.
I assume that you own a Corvette or two or three or four?
Yes, sir. I started out in 2013 with a brand new torch red C7 Stingray. And I called it the carbon fiber edition, guys, because I had carbon fiber on the interior, exterior, and engine bay. Anything that was black or black metallic was turned to carbon fiber.
So
So-
in other words, you
Why?
spent a wad of money doing
A
all of
ton of
this.
money.
Oh, believe me, I know all about
Absolutely.
that. Yeah, because I'm a
Yeah,
Corvette.
Well, Steve Garrett's balling.
Wow.
He made a lot of Kansas City radio money.
I guess so.
And
Back in the
bought-
day.
A shitload of Corvettes. Now I'm jealous of this Steve Garrett. He's eating spaghetti, having Corvettes.
But I mean, a music jock? I don't know any music jock that made any money.
Opie,
Nope. Not when he was doing music.
Scat and Tad.
Oh, that's a good point. They did music. That's true. Maybe he was like a morning show kind of guy.
Those
All right.
Hallowed halls and the battle tested microphones. I think
Yeah,
right,
that's
now do we
Elvis
actually-
Duran.
I think we plowed through 6 minutes of in wheel time.
We found out he owned a Corvette at
Yeah.
least. I'm glad he
That-
does.
I think that was all we were looking for. Well, good for Steve Garrett. I almost called him Garrett Steve. Good for Steve Garrett and his multiple Corvettes. We wish him nothing but the best. Maybe we can get him on the show.
Maybe.
Maybe we can
That'd
be like,
funny.
hey, we do a Corvette show.
We do it from your Hyundai.
in wheelie wheel time.
Go to the Deftones clip just because it has some sort of similarity with radio. All right, so this is a long clip, but you might have to skip ahead. But someone won a radio contest to have Deftones play in their backyard in 2000,
Ooh.
and they invite their friends, but because they won it on a radio station, there's the wacky radio guy there in a bear outfit doing like fake radio kind of interviews before the concert starts. And it's like right off the bat, kind of just skip a little bit ahead.
I am not happy with the size of the yard. It should be smaller. It should be a much smaller yard. There's no room for anybody to stand.
So yeah,
Live 105, the only station that really, really rocks. Oh, here he is.
When I
Okay.
ask you what your favorite station is, I want you to say Live 105. You've been listening forever. Okay, Allie, are you there? Okay, I'm going to talk to Gene, a neighbor. We're gonna start off fresh with a neighbor's perspective. She's angry. She came over here and was like, "What is going on here? There's a truck parked in the middle of the street. I'm
This is
trying to get
all
out
a lie.
to go do my grocery shopping." She's very angry. She's very angry. She's threatening to call the police. I'm afraid. And she's threatening me too.
What is he doing?
He's talking to the on-air personality that's on, I guess the host of the show, and giving her updates on this neighbor that's really angry, and he's going to interview her once they throw it to him. You'll see during this interview how angry she is.
At one point, you wanted to work in this, did you not?
No.
No, never.
I only wanted to work for. I didn't like any other radio. I only liked Opie and Anthony.
That's how I got into it because stuff like this literally made me sick.
That's when I was watching this. I was like, "Oh God, this is so douchey."
And when I was younger, I would fall for the radio bits where the prank calls or the like the War of the Roses thing.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, I can't believe they got this guy to admit that over the phone. That's crazy. His wife's going to totally leave him.
And they find a new couple every week to do
every
it.
week. Well, it's a radio show. It's so popular. Everybody's got radio in their car. So there's probably, billions of people listening. Of course, they can get people to call in every day with. But yeah, once I found out it was all fake, I wanted to vomit. It was like stolen valor. They stole my laughter. Stolen laughter. I shouldn't have or not even, I don't think I ever laughed at any of it, but I was interested. I was listening like, oh my God, this guy's going to get in trouble.
My stepbrother is one of the guys now that does the War of the Roses. He's on like a call list for radio stations, and they call him up and they just like, tomorrow 8 a.m. you dated Veronica and this happened. And then he just has to make up stories and go along with it. And
Garrett, you have to use my number or something and call this man and tell him, hey, we need you on tomorrow. We'll give him our Google Voice number or something. We'll have him call into the show. Like, we need you a night show tomorrow, and have him do a War of the Roses thing. And I'll be the man scorned because someone who does this.
But he needs a girl that he went on the date with.
So we need 3 people?
No, a host and then the 2 people that dated, and he's the guy.
He's the guy, and I'll be the other guy. We'll do
a gay
same-sex War of the Roses.
Wow, progressive.
I caught you cheating.
I'm sure he's done one of those already. So
I used the radio to catch you, and I did. You're a dirty cheater. But yeah, how do we resist? Someone who does these. You have to prank him. So you're on wheel time.
I could try. But I have to use your phone or.
Yeah, I'll call him. Like, yeah, we need you for 8 o'clock. Have him call in. We won't tell him he's doing a gay boyfriend, but he'll find out in the middle of it. I knew you were lying. I saw you sexting that ugly man from the bar.
I mean, the stories he tells me from it, like, he's a funny guy, at least to me, and he like gets funny lines in there, and sometimes it's like too much, where even the hosts will be like, because they all record it, and they'll stop the recording and be like, "All right, calm down a little," or whatever.
Boo. Probably means he said something funny.
Yeah.
Like, hey, don't do that.
Yeah.
Make sure you keep this nice and inane. What does he throw the N-word around sometimes?
No, I don't know what it was. Maybe we could even have him on just to tell us stories about his War of the Roses things.
Yeah, we could bring some recordings of his, Oh.
Back.
About to shit your pants?
Maybe.
Today's going that way anyway.
know.
You might as well shit your pants. Who cares? But anyway, let's hear from some more radio legends.
That little pop.
God.
Okay. So, are you you'll start the break and you'll be like, "What's up? We're here, blah blah."
Neither man, folks.
Okay.
So why doesn't he just tell people he's wearing a Winnie the Pooh costume? Why does he have to actually wear it?
Yeah.
Who cares? He should just say into the
wearing
microphone, I'm wearing a Winnie the Pooh costume. It's fucking crazy. I got my dick out of it. It's in a honey pot. It's fucking crazy. This lady's gonna oh my God, it's fucking crazy. This lady's so mad.
I'll tell you what sounds really so
You
quiet.
think he's like Mikey Pooh or something and make him wear it wherever he goes?
Yes, I think he's definitely the Pooh.
What I'll say, I'll go, this will be your in cue. I'll go, Allie, we are live from Jeff's backyard in San Jose for the Deftones!
You want, you can skip like 20 or 30 seconds because he goes through this 100 times and gets them to yell.
He's getting me excited for the Deftones.
Come closer. Come on, everyone come closer. Because when Gene starts viewing the words of hatred and hate for the Deftones, you want to get up close and hear it. Come on closer.
Oh, pizza.
Come closer. You in the blue shirt. Come here. I want you right up front. No, you. Yes. No, you. Come on, man.
This is
What's up?
kills the illusion. Like it's this awesome backyard party. Fucking crazy Deftones are playing this pizza. At least the pizza's actually there. I love how he has to make people like, come closer. Come closer. Hear me. People need to look like you like me.
But we're not on camera. You know, it doesn't really matter.
Oh, yeah. Why does it matter? Because it needs to sound like people care to be around me, including this angry woman.
Maybe skip ahead.
For the Deftones!
Yeah!
Get it!
Where's Steve Garrett?
Most important one right now is we have the neighbor, Gene. Gene, what's up? Grab this mic. Neighbor Gene!
Yay!
Gene! Holy man. You gotta speak in the mic.
He asked a lady how old she is. His first question.
She came over here, she was yelling at Jeff. She's like,
You're rolling.
That's a big no-no. Steve Garrett will tell you.
Yeah.
what is the neighbor's perspective on a Deftone home invasion?
Gives him nothing.
What did we think she was going to give something amazing? I can't even see her. I knew immediately this was going to be this.
You're the number one fan.
Radio doesn't need to exist. This fucking fake interview brings no one any joy. Cars should just have a thing like most new ones do, where you just play YouTube or Spotify or podcast app or like whatever the fuck else. Because this is
Here any moment now. So at this point, the kegs are open, the pizza's free. So let's hear it from San Jose.
like it should exist in the same world that we exist. Where like you can come listen to us on YouTube or something, but we won't be programmed into your car. You won't be able to like dial a thing in your car, and we're one of the top stations that comes up, and you have to listen to this dribble. You can find us on the internet with Scorch, but
It's pretty much. He does like another interview later on with Chino, the lead singer, and it must be like early enough in Deftones' career that he's not just like blowing them off, and he's kind of like going along and sort of having fun with it. I couldn't believe it.
yes, nice guy.
And then it's like 30 minutes in when they finally start playing.
Did you see there was a token black at the Deftones show?
Oh, there he is.
There's TB. Is there anything else I should scroll for, or is it just going to make me mad?
Yeah, he does an interview with Chino, and then they play kind of thing.
Well, thank you for reminding me. I never wanted to, or never will want to be on real radio because what's the point? Who the fuck? You're not enjoying doing that.
Yeah,
nobody's really enjoying listening to it.
No one really gets what's going on. Really, they're just like you go on the energy of it. Everyone scream because I said a word, yay! And then
the Deftones are in this backyard, people. Buy radio stock.
How cool would that be, though? To have that would have been. I'd be talking about it to this day.
How you have the Deftones in your backyard?
Yeah.
I would have them in my yard, but I wouldn't let anybody come over.
Just be you.
The radio station would be like, well, no, we need a lot of people. This has to be like, a fun little backyard concert. And I'm like, it is going to be a fun backyard concert for one person.
For the winner of the contest.
The person who called in and was number 99 on the hotline. I think I'm number 99 on the hotline, Live 105. So I get my concert.
The winner was this guy, Jeff, who had
Jeff.
A mustache, and he was getting wasted the whole time. And then even right before as the Deftones are going on stage, they bring Jeff up, And they're like, boy, even Chino was like, you're toasted, huh? And they just went to a song and started playing.
Do you think he got nervous about how, like, they told him, like, yeah, so the Deftones are going to pull you up on stage, and that's going to be your big moment. This is going to be.
You can say whatever you want to the crowd.
Where your Jeff career takes off. Everybody's going to know the name. Jeff.
They started chanting Jeff.
And he got a little nervous, and he had, 100 glasses of Jameson, and nothing happened.
Nothing. It literally was like, you had a lot to drink, huh? And they started a song, and he just kind of disappeared off the stage. There wasn't any like, let's hear it for Jeff, everyone.
Jeff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was like, it looked like he was like in his mid-20s, and all those other kids were young, but he had like a thick mustache. Couldn't have been like all those other kids looked like high school kids. But yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Do you think they were Jeff's friends, or again just people the radio station brought in because they needed the Winnie the Pooh guy to have a crowd around him? Because they definitely brought people to make it look like it's so they could take pictures and post them nowhere. I guess I don't even know.
Well,
like
2000.
So MySpace.
Websites. Yeah.
They needed the pics for their MySpace.
Yeah, we had the stinky cam on Opie and Anthony.
Stink cam
would upload a 400 by 400 pixel image every 10 minutes from the studio.
They should have sent you back down to WO&A so you can go down again and be like, guys, remember how your name's the same? Oh my God, that's crazy. You're O&A, they're O&A. I'm not O&A, I'm Garrett. They sent me down to tell you that.
That bit was the closest to the Deftones type of bit. Like that was the closest Opie and Anthony got to it, where it was like, why are we doing this? Why are we down here? There's nothing going on. We have nothing to do.
WO&A. That's still, every time I think of that, it bugs me because I'm like, no, what was the bit? Just that the names are similar.
Yeah.
What the fuck? So what?
I don't know.
How is that on an audio medium? How does that do it? Like, what do you? Garrett's down there at the WO&A station. Garrett, tell us how that's going. They're doing a show, guys. They're talking about the weather right now. I think they're getting to sports next. They actually don't talk anything. They don't have anything to do with you guys, and I don't know how to connect these two dots.
Like they wouldn't allow us to be in the studio when there was any sort of show on. Not even like in the studio, but like around the studio, because they were so afraid we were going to sabotage their station and do some sort of say curses, and they were like in a religious kind of station. You know,
that should have been the plan. It should have been to get you on the air and just start shouting the N-word. You're the fake O&A. We're the real O&A. You're fake O&A. You're just cartoon O&A. We're the real O&A up in New York.
That was one thing that happened. Was we pulled into the lady's house, I guess, or some reason. We pulled into some driveway and got out, and Black Girl was there, and the guy the try-hard fan who drove us down there, this was his moment, and he didn't tell anyone. He had brought a KKK outfit.
Oh, God.
And got out of the car in the KKK outfit. And the woman was like, what are you doing? Take that off right now. Because we're like in the middle of Mississippi. It's kind of, it could be KKK people. I don't know.
Yeah, she was saying, take that off right now and give it to me. I forgot mine.
It was like, it was just awkward moment after awkward moment.
What did he think was anybody recording it?
Take a picture, maybe.
Oh, like,
then we could tell on the air, like, then Black Girl got out and he followed him with a KKK outfit. It was
yeah. What did Black Girl think of the KKK bit?
I don't think he liked it.
No? Wasn't his favorite?
I don't think so.
Huh. That's weird.
Yeah.
Just a bit. Relax, Black Earl. Your name's Black Earl.
But it wasn't even his her reaction was so strong. Like, no, you just stop. Like Earl didn't even have a time to react.
He should have waited till you guys got in the studio. And then he should have put his outfit on and started burning across while they were on the air. And then Opie could have, got in and be like, we're the real O&A. You just got pested by a pest. Speaking of pests, look at that. is 10 o'clock on the dot.
Nice. Wrap it up. See
Let's
you later.
read
Bye.
some super chats. That won't take any longer.
No.
That will not extend
Never
the show
does.
at all. And then skedaddle on out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed 21 Gun. I like those guys a lot. They got, they did not go over to censored as well. Fancy that.
Was it bad we talked about the military with them the whole time, or they don't care? They don't care.
They probably hate it.
They probably...
They named their podcast 21 Gun because the 21 times to their recollection. Now it's going to be called 22 Gun. They wanted to blow their heads off because some douche podcasters asked them about war stuff.
Yeah, we got a new story out of Sully with the fighter pilot. Was that the one that Frank hadn't heard?
Yeah. Which I wanted to ask him more about that, but if conversations usually happen when you're talking to people. So, anywho, Chillin' 92, can Boltman give Gino a call? Talk about Chargers.
Did you hear about that?
Oh, I saw something about how Harbaugh wants Colin Kaepernick.
Gino, no, I don't even know if he wants him. I think he signed him to an off the field position. I think Gino was like, I'm removing the tattoo. I'm throwing all my Charger stuff out on the street.
Yeah. Hope you guys stuck around for a Gino call.
At the buzzer.
Hey, Gene. It's Boltman.
Hey, Boltman, how you doing, buddy?
Doing great. Are you,
What's that?
are you, where are you? I'm still waiting here at the studio, and I can't turn the lights on.
yeah, you're probably going to be waiting at that studio a while for the lights to come on. They've been off for about a month and a half now, buddy.
Do you bring a phone charger?
I am done with phone chargers, with laptop chargers, and with the Los Angeles Chargers. If they fucking really do offer a job to Colin Kaepernick as a head coach, you realize? I'm sure you've been following it, right, Boltman? What did you do today?
Well, this is my landline. Before the Bolt phone died. By the way, can you be undone with chargers when you pick me up? Because I need to charge my phone. Blake's been worried sick about me.
So make an exception. So wait, Blake hasn't been letting you use his phone charger?
He doesn't know where I am right now.
You know where you are right now? You say you're at the studio, but I have a feeling you're not even close.
I'm at the studio. Everything's dark.
Yeah, but I'm sure you're just not outside. It's dark outside.
But I saw right before my phone died that we got that awesome black guy as an off-the-field coach. You know the guy who does the T-Bone kneel?
Yeah, it's not the T-Bone kneel. It's the anti-American quitter kneel. That wasn't that good.
It was okay.
No, you're just being nostalgic, fault, man. I could have done better. Maybe I need a charger for my act.
Say something?
No, he didn't, Bolt man. All right, Bolt man, I'll come get you.
You gonna come pick me up?
Hey, I'm gonna come pick you up. And football season starts. We're gonna try and get our friend Drew to let us use the shitty equipment he stole there. And maybe you could just hang out on that couch and no one's paying attention.
Can you bring me a Sprite?
I refuse to bring you a Sprite.
Come on. There's no fridge in here.
You seem like more of a Dr. Pepper guy.
No.
You draw the line at Dr. Pepper.
I drink Sprite.
So you need a Sprite? Yeah, that's right, because it's the fizziest of sodas, according to our friend Bill. So you need a Sprite, a phone charger, and a ride. Because you're going to be excited. I got my car back. It's got a new clutch, Bolt, man.
Clutch my ass.
Thanks for remembering that bit. Thanks so much. By the way, the Yankees just tied it, Bolt, man.
Who cares?
That's right. You're a San Diego guy. All right, I'm on the way with the charger and the Sprite.
All right, tell Colin he owes me drugs. Bye. There you go. Boltman called Gino. And it sounds like Gino's very happy about the Colin Kaepernick situation.
Yeah, everything's turning up Gino's these days. His car went down twice.
Yeah, Gino's been having days like us.
Yeah.
Win at all costs. Gino, call them. Let them know. We called him.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Edie, are you okay? Are you okay, Edie? I think there must be a thunderstorm or something brewing. She's been pacing around. Come here, Edie girl. Edie girl. Come here. There you go. Wag that tail, girl. Oh, who's your good girl? Come here, baby. Get some butt scratch. Yeah, she's fine. She's not in bed.
My legs.
That's the Garrett legs. What's the matter, girl? Is there bad weather coming or something? All right, well, butt scratch away then. Poor girl. I don't know what's going on with her. I guess I got to, as soon as we end this, I got to wrap her in her thunder vest.
Oh, no.
Her thunder buddy. Poor
Steve's
gal.
legs.
There's my feet. And here is the Garrett. Brian Anthony, no one can pantomime conversation like you guys. Yeah, this is back from when everything fucking went to shit. And we were muted and the stream broke up and everything. Thank you for the compliment, Brian Anthony. Fitzy, pull up. Wow, 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 wow. Oh, I think it was a war reference.
Yeah, or the flying thing. Pull up.
Maybe maybe our podcast hit the ocean. Because this was, again, when everything went to shit. Call Gino, AJR. Call Gino, and in your best wrestler impersonation, tell him to blow you, and then tell him he's gay and hang up. Well, I did both, man, so this is you, Garrett. You know, it's so funny how many people complain, like, oh, stop having Gino on the show, but all the super chats are, hey, can you call Gino? It's a funny little back and forth we have. While you call, Chillin92, here's 69 Indian rupees for India. Cause on lag. Yeah, we need to do calling customer service for StreamYard, YouTube breakdown, meltdown shit. Yeah, your best wrestler impersonation. Tell him to blow you. Tell him he's gay. And then hang up.
He doesn't pick up for me.
That's funny.
Yeah.
It's too busy for Garrett.
Huh?
Think he'd be too busy for Steve Garrett?
Definitely not.
No.
You can't deny that guy.
I wonder if Steve Garrett will let me borrow one of his Corvettes. All right, we'll try again later, maybe.
He'll call back.
Aaron Kraft. When Morning was renamed Back Talk, I thought it should have been called Afternoon, and Will should have had a show before them. Afternoon, yeah. That would have been pretty sick, Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, more shows would have probably meant more chances of us keeping our jobs. So I wish we had 100 shows.
Yeah, that would have been
before
awesome.
Morning. Then Morning could have been called After All Those Shows, where these guys are getting paid to work. Will L. Iron Sheik, #1 forever. Blessings. That was definitely for the 21 Gun Boys. Hound Diggity Dog 13. When are you guys trying the Coke Oreos and Oreo Coke? Steve, use magnesium spray for your fat, sweaty, smelly pits. It work. I've tried everything. By the way, the magnesium, I tried milk of magnesia once on my pits. Did not work at all. It was the worst idea I've ever had.
That's an idea.
Yeah.
That's a
Milk of
thing.
magnesia or something, some magnesium type dealy. Didn't work at all.
Coke Oreos.
Yeah, I
though,
don't know.
and Oreo Coke.
He means the soda, right? Not the drugs. All right, Coke Oreos. Cocoreos. Look at this.
Whoa.
It's in the news. Jesus Christ. You know, I always think I'm weird, but then I realize, no, I just live in a country where soda and cookies becoming a pair is in the national news. USA Today, Men's Journal.
It's all the places that you can buy an article and put in their news. Like all those OnlyFans stories you see where like she was a teacher but had an OnlyFans account and then got fired, and but now everyone's subscribing to her OnlyFans. That's paid for by OnlyFans and maybe her to get her name out there and get more people to go to OnlyFans.
I see. So this whole Coca-Cola Oreo thing is a Jewish ploy to poison our society to the point where we are completely fat, useless, and completely vulnerable to other wars.
Yep.
And flooded with other. So that's what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I got out of it.
Did you hear Kamala's campaign got busted for doing this? They were like
selling 2 soda cookies.
They were buying Google ads, and like, you know how when you Google something, it's always the first 3 links are sponsored links. They would make it like Kamala Harris has the best campaign going or something, like a news article kind of thing.
Yeah.
They were buying fake ads to make it so people would just read the headline, and if you clicked it, like nothing happened or just went to her.
Why doesn't Trump do it?
I don't know.
Why doesn't Trump just buy Google ads? You think they don't let him? And
I don't know if it's like some sort of campaign law, or
because if they don't let him do what she already did, isn't that like? I mean, Google's a big enough company where they should be getting in some sort of trouble for election,
fixing or
finagling.
Yeah. They said it was a glitch happened,
Or the glitch, or there was a glitch on the system, and when you click Kamala, it just says she's already president. It was the whole Dewey.
Because that's what Google's known for, all their glitches all the time. Well, YouTube glitched on us, I guess, today.
Yeah, no, they are known for it when we need to do something. But anyway, back to the important news. Forget all that fucking whatever you were talking about. Coca-Cola, Oreo collaborate on new limited edition cookies, drinks. How the hell is that going to taste? So the Oreo Coca-Cola sandwich cookie boasts a distinctive red and black color block design, featuring 2 unique base cakes, 1 classic chocolate that contains Coca-Cola syrup, and 1 red-colored golden embossed with Coca-Cola designs, stuffed with a smooth white-colored creme. The base cakes are paired with a Coca-Cola taste and popping candies that bring a fizz sensation every bite.
So the cream isn't Coke flavored? It's just 1 cookie?
White-colored cream, I guess. I don't know. It seems like the outside is supposed to taste like Coke.
Yeah.
And then, oh, fuck you. The Oreo Coca-Cola thing is 0 sugar. The cookie, cookie soda is 0 sugar. Go fuck yourself. Fucking suck my fucking balls. They don't even have a regular one. They just have that.
What?
Fans can savor the smooth fusion of a refreshing Coca-Cola taste with flavorful hints inspired by Oreo cookies. Fuck you. I'm not buying the drink.
Yeah, and there's no Coke Oreo.
What do you mean there's no Coke Oreo?
Like didn't the super chat say there was Coke and Coke Oreos and then Oreo Coke?
There is both. Coke Oreos.
There's a drink. There's a Coke drink that's flavored like Oreos.
Oreo Coke. Yeah, it's the 0 sugar Oreo Coke.
Oh, that was that. Oh, I thought that was just the cookie was Coke Zero.
No, my friend. Here, I'll go back to picture. The can. You see the can?
I thought that was a fucking sleeve of cookies.
It is. They're stacked up like a sleeve, but no, that is a can, a slim can of Oreo 0 sugar soda. Which, how do you have a soda that is made of sugar, 0 sugar? What the fuck? That's gonna taste awful. The whole flavor of Oreo is sugar. Fucking sugar-free Oreo. Ugh.
E-Rock loved Coke Zero. He's got to get some.
We would get a lot of Coke Zero delivered to Compound. He used to keep it in his drawer next to his bib.
His fork.
Engraved fork and knife. But yeah, I actually want to try the Oreos.
Yeah.
And I guess I'll buy the Coke just to complete the set. But I really...
Hello?
I left my phone in the north wing of the apartment. Sorry, buddy. What did I miss?
Hey, this is Garrett the Giant.
We're working on... No, we didn't approve new characters. We did not approve new characters.
I'm going to wrestle you at WrestleMania so bad, brother.
Sorry, we'll allow this one. Really? oh, yeah. Well, you bring it.
Well, you got to blow me because you're gay.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Perfection.
I'm good at characters.
I I thought that was great. You gotta blow me because you're gay. I remember when Andre the Giant said that once. Anywho, back to the super chads. Just kidding's back, and Beverly said to vacuum well so Edie doesn't get glass in her paws. F words. That's a good idea. I don't know. Did it even get really off the counter?
I found one piece on the floor, but it was a small piece. Yeah, it was. It fell toward the splash, the backsplash.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to vacuum the countertop, but
Yeah.
the floor I don't think really got affected by the glass. But I'm definitely gonna vacuum at some point, maybe very early tomorrow morning to hopefully Edie doesn't get bloody paws in the meantime.
Yeah.
But yeah, it didn't really go on the floor. Garrett just smashed it on my counter and fucking flipped me off, and I didn't really think it was warranted. I didn't do anything to deserve it. AJR, I would like to hear more about wartime rape.
Oh, sorry. Maybe next time we have him on.
Yeah, fuck. I saw that one because it was yellow, and we were having such a fun time with the boy. I was like, do I throw that up? Maybe. I should have.
Yeah, maybe.
They probably would have. I don't know. That's my bad, AJ. Next time I'll just throw it up. Chillin' 92. India Steve asked Gary Biscayne how to kneel down. And then William Yoder, call Gino and say thank you for a while, and then gay. So are there any other? I want to now get all the Gino calls out in one swoop. I think that's all of them. Okay. How to kneel down. Call Gino and say thank you for a while, then gay. Thank you for a while?
Like, oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for a good while, not a long while.
This is Garrett the Giant's answering service.
Oh, sorry. I think I'm having wrong numbering.
Yeah, you have to say welcome, gay. I'm watching him. I was hoping he was still doing Garrett the Giant. It's really I was wrong. Anyway, what's up? What's up, Rapesh?
I can do a transferring call for you after I give you a message from the boss.
How come Cormel never calls?
His mouth got blown off by a shotgun.
Do you remember the episode where we had him whistling? Him and Frankie were whistling.
They were both really good at whistling.
That's all I do. I just sit here and reminisce. I just sit here. Remember the time the guy who got shot in the face and lost his lower jaw whistled with Frankie? And people look at me like I'm insane. I just need a rocking chair and an Afghan. Anyway, back to you, Rapesh.
How do I kneel down?
They're not really going to sign him, are they? I don't know if you know this. I was just on the other line with Boltman. He's not doing well. Anyway, he doesn't realize they literally offered a coaching job to Colin Kaepernick. I can't believe this.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
And
you're gay. All right. Did that one. Derek of Rivia. Garrett's 50 and never owned a car. Opinions mute. He's talking about when we were in wheel timing.
Yeah.
I don't think that's true. You still have eyeballs. You can see if you like the look of a car. You don't have to own.
I guess Derek owns a Corvette.
Yeah. Not everybody's Derek or Steve Garrett. They can have 10 Corvettes in their garage.
Is yours carbon fiber? Like Steve Garrett's?
Yes.
It seems like a shitty thing to do to your
It
Corvette.
seemed very ghetto. I didn't understand. I mean, carbon fiber is expensive, but to deck out the whole inside in carbon seemed like a weird choice. That was like a 2000s thing where like tuner cars, Need for Speed, fucking Fast and Furious shit, where you'd put like a carbon fiber hood or a carbon fiber like spoiler on and make your car look like, fuck yeah, this guy can race.
Is that different than the matte black kind of thing that was popular for a while?
Yeah, carbon fiber was like this. It kind of looked black and like tiny bit of silver.
Pattern.
Yeah. Like this little cross cut pattern. But our opinions are moot. E.B. Kikeberger, yo, the gonna be bonus content and shit tonight. And we did 2 yesterday, so I don't think we're doing one tonight, but tomorrow we're back on the bonus wagon. And just kidding said I. Then they were Pulper 80, thanks for the show, boys.
You're welcome, Pulper.
You're welcome, Pulper. Jaquan G with the G. Back to just kidding for another G. And then eating clams. I'd sleep a lot better if you could give me a fart. Thanks. Hugs and kisses. Garrett tried. But he's got a shit cork blocking his his air passage. So
I had like pork and cabbage dumplings at the place, and I was hoping it would get me going, but
I was hoping it would get me going.
I thought it was brewing there for a little bit, but I don't know. Now it's just
tonight.
it might
It's
just be
it's a stalemate. This was like a soccer match. It ended in 0-0, a complete draw, unentertaining. Nothing worse than an entire match going by with not a single fart entered into the goal. Nothing worse.
Then try.
That's why that.
What was the secrets that you were doing on the dump?
It was
swallow air.
Swallow air. But there was that poppy drink, that prebiotic soda, and fucking Hot Pockets or pizza rolls. Buddy Lee Lewis just checking in. $5 beer, y'all. Thank you, Buddy Lee.
Thank you, buddy.
Paul Brady. John from Win by 2 loves the snacks segment. Do more. So do we.
I wanted to get more snacks today, but I fucked up.
I'm glad he likes it. I'm sure that's genuine. But yeah, don't worry. That ain't going nowhere.
Nope.
Even if this viewer count gets all the way down to 0 or 1, if we're just literally eating snacks and reviewing them for E-Rock, still going to do it.
Yeah.
It's my passion.
E-Rock demands it.
And also, yes, we will not be allowed to eat if we do not eat snacks and review. Buddy Lee Lewis, you guys got a P.O. box? I want to send you some Troy Aikman beers and CBD dog biscuits.
Ooh.
We do not have a P.O. box.
Yeah. Do you know how much those cost? It can't be that much.
I don't know. I think I looked into it and I was surprised how much, but now I don't remember how much it was. P.O. box cost to be the boss. Let's see.
I don't think you need to be the boss part.
No, cost to be the boss. Like, all right, $30 a month.
Ooh, that's a lot.
Oh no, starting at $9.99 a month.
Even still,
that's not that bad. Oh no, get a new PO box at a facility for as low as $4.83 a month. All right, that's super cheap. We can definitely do that. With all the
why can't there just be like call forwarding where you left your number and you're moving on? So like for the next month or whatever, if someone calls that number, it rings your new number at your new house. Why can't you just say, if someone sends it to 123 Fake Street, Staten Island, send it to my address? You know, there should be some sort of correlation there.
I think that's what a PO box is.
Is it? It's not a
no. Well, no, it is a thing. We have to go pick it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's no reroute fake address you can give. Yeah, that should be a thing.
Yeah,
that would be very convenient for us. You just give the fake address, and when it goes to the mail office, they know the real address. Huh. Buzzer beater, Marcy Playground. Tell Gino to fark a goat as Rapesh. I think I just did that.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Sorry, or not sorry, Marcy. But I pretty much just I talked to Rapesh for like 5 minutes with Gino. We'll get a P.O. box soon, by the way, Buddy Lee. We'll figure that out. JK, it's fun that Gino was on. Beverly wants to fist fight Garrett and Steve.
Not Steve Garrett.
I want to fist fight Steve Garrett for one of his Corvettes. And finally, E from Jaquan G and R from Just Kidding.
Perfect.
That took a long time
Spaced
to finish.
out.
But you guys did it. I'm very proud of you. Soviet Skunk. I was the backpack guy with the party stuff, Nij.
Oh, shit.
Backpack guy.
It's from Skankfest.
Oh, yeah. Soviet Skunk, you fucking rule.
Yeah.
You were the best guy I ever met. Yeah, that was, you're fucking, I want to high five you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even, do you remember what drugs you had? Because I think you had a little bit of everything. Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, well, thank you, Soviet Skunk, for existing. You're a great guy. Hebe Kikeberger, super sticker. Was that boobs? No. It looks like the front crack of a woman, lady front crack.
No, it's It's someone going like this.
Oh, duh. It's an ass.
Showing their ass and looking over their shoulder.
And flipping us off.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect. Thank you, Mr.
Hebe.
Kikeberger. Or is it fist fuck? I don't know. Anywho, actually, just kidding, back again. Actually, Beverly might want to fist fight me. I think she might just want to fist you. That's the vibe I'm getting. And that is a wrap for the super chats. So,
thank you, everyone.
We're going to play our board video and get the fudge out of town. Thank you all for watching.
Oh, yeah. Fitzy's wrote a new song for it.
Oh, yeah. Let's have a listen to Plaque first. Paint It Plaque. Should we listen to it? Yeah, we got to play the Fitzy song. He said 2 of them, but I'm playing the first take.
Okay.
I want to play that one. Let's see. Why don't we go to video file? Oh, no, I have to go to window. Present. Stop screen. Present. Share screen. Window. First take. Share. Play. Jesus.
I see that wallpaper and my name on a plaque. No pictures on the wall, just a wooden spice rack. I see the caps of my sometimes a marshmallow. Put on that Boxcar hat, read the super chance and go. Thanks for your $100, you're on the fucking plaque. The Garrett and Steve Club commemorative plaque.
I love it.
Perfect, Fitzy.
Attaboy. That's good stuff, Fitzy. Thank you for that. The next video, which I should be able to film by next week, will include the new names, and I'm going to use that new song.
Yeah.
I have to use that new song. But the Boxcar Willie hat's on. Thank you for reminding me to do that. And I think it's just about time we play the current plaque video and we get the shit out of here. So where? Oh, no, I'm in the wrong folder. Taking a big old poo. Please excuse me. I got to get my board video ready. I never have it ready. There it is.
Garrett and Steve. Garrett and Steve.
This is a banger, though.
You pay some cash, subscribe and gave that like a smash. You grease the guys. Here's your stupid fucking prize. It's like a mugshot, but you're not black. It's the Garrett and Steve show black.
That is one thing that new song is missing, is any mention of Grease.
You! Yeah, you!
Maybe for, if there's ever a third song.
Is
I
to
don't
you.
know. Yes, Fitzy,
Making the Garrett and Steve
He's
show.
doing this for no
Garrett and Steve.
pay.
Garrett and Steve. Oh!
But a nice Grease mention would help the world go around. But anywho, that's up. One more. Hold on. At the buzzer. Knotted Shoelace. What horror movie scared you the most?
I mean, when I was a kid, the Freddy Krueger ones did.
I never really saw those. I'm trying to think what scared me the most.
Like Anthony would always say, like, The Ring was really creepy and scary. And I was like, I saw it and it was not a bad movie, but I wasn't like.
I think the only movies that ever like gave me nightmares were really shitty and almost embarrassing to admit. But they are 13 Ghosts and The Mothman Prophecies.
Oh, I know. I've heard of that movie.
The Mothman, like I don't know why. I think it was just because there's parts where he's like, there's like white static stuff that happens, and it's like it's literally jump scares.
Yeah,
And it's like that movie was gay. I think if I watched it now, I don't think it would scare me. As a matter of fact, I would go, "What a little pussy I was, little puss." And 13 Ghosts was just like, I don't know. It was a scary movie about fucking grotesque looking, about 13 Ghosts, starring Matthew Lillard and Tony Shalhoub.
For real?
Swear to God.
Matthew Lillard. Why do I know that name?
He was Shaggy in Scooby Doo.
Oh, okay. I know who you're talking about.
I think he was in that hacker movie that I've never seen.
Oh, that's right. Hackers. Yeah.
Yes, the Hackers, the hacker movie
with Angelina Jolie and her former husband.
But yeah, I was never big into horror movies.
Yeah,
because when I was a little kid, I was, I didn't like getting scared, but nobody in my family was big into it, so it's not like anybody ever really put them on. And when I got older, they didn't scare me. I skipped the part where, I was watching Freddy Krueger and Jason and all those, and I'm just like, wow, these movies suck. Like they're boring.
Yeah, I remember renting The Omen from the library, and it was supposed to be this scary movie, and I was a kid at the time, and it was like too, I don't know, out there or artsy or something to even scare me. It was like, what's going on with this? They're trying to tell this convoluted story I didn't get.
What'd you think of The Exorcist? Have you seen it?
I think I've only seen clips of it.
I've seen it as an adult. I never saw it when I was younger, and it's creepy. And it's like
her head spins around and she walks on the ceiling.
Yeah, but it's like, again, I was almost like, this movie's too fucking long. God. And yeah, it didn't scare me like, oh God, I can't stop.
Yeah.
But it was like, that's like the defining like horror movie, like, oh, The Exorcist.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like, people were shocked when they saw it in the theaters. But it doesn't really do anything for me. Horror movies not my thing. Thank you, Knotted Shoelace. And thank you all for watching. But choo-choo. Choo-choo-choo-choo. It's time to go. Bum train's leaving the station.
Later, guys.
Thank you all.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.